Good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome back to Rise and Shine College Football. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. And if you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame college football. Somebody got to check in here before we can really get started. Welcome into the show. Oh, there they are. Good morning, Benji, Ryman Lemon. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see everybody. How's everybody? Great day for an upset, huh? It could be. Could be. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Obviously, big game last night. Notre Dame kind of fights off not a great performance for them all the way around, but they did come back and find a way to get it done over Penn State. They will await the winner of Ohio State and Texas to be played today. Morning 5 till midnight. Good to see you, sir. Vegas has Texas by 5. They do? That must be betting. They're betting them to that point. Good stuff, good stuff. Hey, I was just about to ask you. Yeah. Hold on real quick. Coach Ricks, yes, sir. I was just about to send you a link. I'll do that right now. Let's see. To your email, sir. Pop in. Pop on in. Yeah, I was going to say that may not be right. Doesn't seem correct. Check the odds. See, as of right now, yeah, no. Ohio State minus 5.5. Minus 5.5 for the Buckeyes. Until 11. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to talk about a few things, but one of the things we're going to get into talking about is some of this defensive coordinator talk. Saw that Coach Riggs had done a little something about that yesterday as well. But yeah, there's lots of stuff that we should be talking about. Really, there's again, as I said, I think that this is kind of shaping into what's been a great season, to be honest with you. I've enjoyed this season, aside from the Oklahoma side of things. I think that this has been one of the more exciting college football seasons in a long time. Spreading it out, I think you've got people more invested in this game than you've seen in a long time. And even for the side of it, I'm still not of the opinion that, well, I won't be of the opinion that the SEC is overrated or any of that kind of stuff. I think that it's real easy to kind of make that claim because you didn't have any. I don't think that there was any, including Georgia, there wasn't any truly dominant team in the SEC over each other. So that meant that, and you probably, I don't know, if even if you get Texas in the national championship game, what does that mean? Well, get them into the Final Four is one thing, and I believe that, again, with the seeding being as screwy as it was, and the teams that they ended up sticking in there, a few of the teams, I don't think it was the best playoff you could get, but I do think that you had a hell of a season. I think that there was a lot of drama, a lot of, and which is what you want, good football, a lot of tough battles, and I just think that it's going to turn out to be. I think you're going to see more of it as you go along. I think that things are going to change as far as the seeding process is concerned, which is needs to happen. But I think that competitive juices are going to be flowing here for a good while, I believe. All right. Let's see. Texas going down today, 5 till midnight says. Wanted to hear about the Knowles situation. I think that right now it looks like it's still fairly preliminary, and I think that it's a home run hire for sure. A home run hire for sure. If you do it. And I don't know that unless you get a guy like him, I don't know that you really have to make a big change. I think that you could go ahead and go with a guy like Wes Goodwin and be fine. He would coach the linebackers. I think that to be quite honest with you, if you're not going to go and make a hire like that, I think you go ahead, you can hire Goodwin and make him just the linebacker coach and maybe an assistant or whatever, or, a co-coordinator or whatever you want to call it. And then you probably go with Brandon Hall as well. I think that he would do just as well. Coach Ricks, good morning, sir.
What's going on, man? How's everything going?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Oh, man, taking a day off.
Taking a day off? I like it.
Taking a day off. Well, actually, 2 days off.
Nice. Nice.
How's
Ready to watch
everything?
that game tonight?
Hey, man, I forgot the game came on last night, man. It wasn't for the people in the podcast. I wouldn't know the damn game was on.
Really?
Man, look, I've been working too much, man, and just been living. I start this new job here in 2 more weeks and everything, so I'm trying to milk all this time.
You got to do a new gig.
Yeah, man. I took a regional position it'll get me home a little bit more often. More money, less work.
Oh, well, shocker. Hey, listen, those are the kind of jobs you want to take, right?
Man,
Less
I've
work,
been
more money.
blessed.
I like that.
I've been blessed this year, man. I've been blessed. So
That's
I'm
a
in a good
blessing.
mood. Good mood.
Heck yeah, man. I'm in good mood for you. Good stuff.
So how's things your way? How's the weather?
Man, it's a little chilly out here, bro. It's a little chilly out here. It had the last couple of nights. We hadn't gotten a ton of like precipitation. We got a little bit of snow, but man, it pretty damn brutal cold at times. You're like, what the hell,
I was talking to some buddies of mine back home in Oklahoma, and they're like, "Man, it's crazy." And then my nephew's in Kansas City, and then I showed them a picture. It's 61 outside here, and they like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, yeah. Don't be doing that.
Hey, man. Hey, it is what it is. That's why you moved to the East Coast. Get some of that good weather.
Yeah, no doubt. It is a good spot to be in, isn't it? When it
Oh
comes to
yeah.
that weather. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what
So
you talking about?
I was getting into a couple different things, but I think one of the main things that I was going to talk about in here, obviously, you got the game last night. Notre Dame didn't really look themselves. I didn't feel like yesterday they kind of sputtered a little bit. Come to find out, they had the flu going around, so that was probably part of it. But I think I got to tell you, man, I think that Marcus Freeman has done a hell of a job.
Oh yeah, man. You got to give that guy credit. You got to
A
give him
hell of a
credit.
job. And then of course, I mean, it is what it is with Penn State. But I believe that I'm going to tell you that I agree. Either way, whether you end up with Texas or Ohio State going up against Notre Dame, you're going to have a pair of blue bloods playing for the Natty. And I was just saying, as you were coming in, I don't think that I can't remember a college football season that's had this much excitement.
Oh no, man!
As a whole, you know what I mean? Throughout the year, even, but I don't love the way that they picked the conference, or how they picked the playoff or anything like that, and like where they ended up and how it was. I think they kind of got away with it though, because the cream rising to the top a little bit when it comes to Ohio State and Notre Dame, despite their seeding. I think it's going to be a hell of a football game either way, and this probably is going to break some records when it goes to.
I said it last night, man, and I'm going to stick by what I said. If Ohio State comes in there and plays the way they're supposed to play, it won't be close.
It may not be.
It
May
won't be
not.
close. If they come in there and play like if they came in there and played the way they play Oregon, it's gonna get ugly. And yours doesn't really rise to the occasion on games that are meaningful, or should I
It feels
say
like
that?
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, and he has his moments, right? He
Yeah,
has his moments where he looks good, and then he has his moments where he looks like hell.
yeah,
And I think I don't know, it feels like the last couple of games, I mean, it's like they take their foot off the gas a little bit. You go in there and score 14, 21 points early in the game, and then you take your foot off the gas, you're gonna get beat 40-21,
yeah. Well, I
you know?
mean, we'll see. I mean, I think I told Legend or Bishop last night that yours came from Ohio State, so he's going to try to come in there and prove something,
Sure.
and that's a bad sign. Trying to come in there and prove something, and that sometimes backfires on you when you try to come in there and do more than what you got to do.
Mhm.
So I'm
I
looking
feel
forward to
like
the game.
it feels like Sark should have a pretty good game plan, right? But I think that a lot of people don't realize just how good this defense is at Ohio State either.
Number one defense in the nation,
Yeah.
and we've all said
It gets
that
overlooked a little bit because you got Jeremiah Smith and
yeah,
Emeka Egbuka and, and it's that running back duo that they
two-headed
got.
monster boy.
It is, and, so they've got the ability to go out there and put up points in a hurry.
Yeah.
But that secondary is off the hook. Their defensive line is still very good. They do everything well. They do everything well. Um, I don't know, man. It is a loaded ass roster too.
Well,
Golly, bro.
this is what the roster that everyone was talking about that they paid for. What was it? $14 million roster, something like that, or up
20,
more than that.
20 plus. Yeah.
So I mean, earlier when you said about the seating, the way that Oregon got exposed,
Yeah.
do you think that it would have been bad for them to let Oregon go a little bit further on to get exposed again, or
I don't
was
know.
it?
I don't know how much of that had that. Here's another issue with the playoff is that I think that it they turn buys into something bad
Yeah,
because it's too much time between
a
their last
week.
game and
Yeah,
when they played the second round because they waited it was 2 weeks between the end of the season
they,
and the
yeah,
first games, and then another 11 days from there.
and then a week after that.
Yeah. So, 11 days after the first round game was the next one.
Okay.
So we're looking at, I mean, that's what, 26 days.
Yeah.
And, we kind of got used to that all the way going. I mean, if you're playing in one of the big games, the New Year's games or whatever in the past, you're waiting what?
A
You're
month.
waiting essentially a month anyway.
Yeah.
But both of you are waiting, not
Yeah.
one,
Not one.
you know? So
I can see your point on that. I can see your
you don't
point on
really
that.
have time to knock the rust off when you're playing a juggernaut like what we saw. Whatever it was that happened, the beating, them getting beat by
Damn.
Michigan and the flag plant thing woke them up,
Yeah, I believe so. Well, I
because
also believe that what's his name? The offensive coordinator for Ohio State. Oh God, brain fart. Damn, I can't think of his name right now. Brain fart, man. I think he's coaching for a job right now because if
Ryan Day.
no, not the OC, Chip Kelly.
Oh, Chip.
Chip Kelly, if he goes in there and wins a national championship, that opens up the door again for him to get a pretty much elite job somewhere else other than UCLA.
Yeah, I can
So if
see.
he, I mean, he's gonna go in there and he's gonna do his job. I just feel like it all comes down to Will Howard, how he's going to handle the pressure, because they didn't have big games like this in Kansas State.
No,
This is going to be a real big game for him. Yeah,
the
everybody
thing is
said it
though
now.
is he
Chip Kelly.
doesn't have to go out there and like win the shit by himself. That's the thing. If you got a guy like that, I mean, when you've got, look, man, I don't know. This a hell of a year for freshman receivers, by the way.
Shit, yeah.
Jeremiah, and then you know, obviously with Ryan Williams, stud Cam Coleman, another one. I mean, we're
T.J.
talking,
Moore,
dude. I
Clinton
know.
Porkins, they
I'm telling
it's
you, man. These guys
yeah,
that could just flat out go,
yeah,
right? Uh, I would just tell you that it's wild to me that, but and you know, and that's the other thing. They still got a bunch of other receivers. So you run the football the way that you're supposed to, and you know you're going to have to be able to run the football to win this game, to win the national championship. You're going to have to be able to run
yeah.
it because you're going to run into it, whether it's this weekend or next weekend, that you're going to have a defense that's going to try to step up and stop the run. They're going to make it their first priority. So
Yeah.
I think you're going to have to be able to throw it too. So I think that some of it's on Will Howard's shoulders, but I don't think that they have to make it a tough game plan for him
He just has to manage the ball
and
game.
make him be something that he isn't. But listen, I've seen him make some throws that I didn't know he could make, to be quite
Yeah.
honest with you. You know, the last few weeks that we've seen him.
Well, when he was at Kansas State, they didn't ask him to throw the ball all over the field.
No.
You know, they just they wanted him to just manage the game, not
Yeah,
make
Colin Klein's
mistakes.
offense isn't really it's not a pass happy, you know, we're gonna chuck it around the yard all day and that
Yeah,
kind of deal. Like that's not what he was doing.
yeah,
But again, I don't really think that you have to do that now. I think that you should have wide open receivers, because if you double team one, you got another one that's gonna get it. And just
yeah.
like that, and if they're gonna get into some kind of, you know, dime or nickel coverage, something like that, where they're, or you know, whatever it is, to where they're gonna drop back a bunch of guys into coverage, you're gonna get yourself hurt with
And running
Trey.
backs.
Yeah, man. They're just, I think that it's a
This is
skill.
going to be a real big hard miss.
If they play well, I don't think anybody beats them, and
Yeah.
that includes Notre Dame. And I think Notre Dame's as complete as anybody,
Yes.
but you know, and they may have had their bad game this weekend. Now, I mean, I don't know, because I think that wasn't their best effort for sure. But you know, they're going to be prepared, and as far as in the trenches is concerned, they're going to be ready. Whether or not they're able to win it, I think that I kind of think for either of these teams, Texas or Notre Dame, to beat Ohio State, I think Ohio State can't be at their best. I think that they just have to revert to not playing that great.
Man, I was impressed with Penn State's defense last night, man, the first half. I
It's
mean,
really good. Yeah,
shit. I
it's really
mean,
good.
I didn't we were sitting up here talking about this rumor about Jim Knowles, and we was arguing about this last night. And I was just saying that I just can't see, with BV's job on the line, you're gonna bring someone new in and change everything all over again. I just can't
I
see
don't
that
think he
happening.
changes everything though.
I heard that he ran something that's similar to BV's defense,
Four
but
three 4-2-5, 4-3-4-2-5 stuff. I don't think it's a lot of stuff that's I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it would be. I think here's what I would tell you. If they make that higher, he's not on the chopping block next year, unless they just really suck.
well, here's the point too. I'm scared that if they do that hire, you and I both know when you make that kind of hire for that, he's going to want to bring someone or some people who on the defensive side are you
I
willing to
don't
get rid
know.
of?
He didn't do that when he went to Ohio State, though.
Well, that was an upgrade from. Oh, I mean, why would you want to take
Sure.
something from Oklahoma State to
Well, I
Ohio
agree
State?
with you. I know what you're saying, and I don't
I'm just kind
necessarily.
of worried that he might get rid of some of that defensive coaches, man, and we need those guys.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It feels like to me he's got family there. I think that he would try. I think that when you look at the situation, why would you want to get rid of any of these guys? They all recruit at the top of the game, right? All of them are just fantastic recruiters, and that would include Goodwin, right?
Excuse me.
He does a
Yeah.
great job too. Brandon Hall's doing as good a job as anybody in the country at any position as far as recruiting is concerned. Jay Valai, same deal. And then of course, we know the defensive line guys are killing it.
Oh yeah.
Killing it. You know, I don't know why you would want to really change anything if you're him. It makes your job easier. And none of them seem to be guys that are hard to get on the same page with, especially in view of the fact that he does run a lot of the similar stuff and all that. Now, Ryman Lemon asked a question. He says, simple question. I just didn't want to get away from it. I know we got more up there. We're into another day without a defensive coordinator. Do you think our defense is going to take a step back with this lack of a coordinator so far? Your answer will answer a lot of questions. No.
No. This defense is going to be nasty regardless who you have back there. You can have two blind mice back there.
You've added arguably, well, 1 5-star, and then listen, for all the bullshit that Okie Light fans want to say about Kendall Daniels, he was playing out of position last year.
Thank you.
And learning the position. And I think it's one of those things that, no, I think that Kendall comes over and it probably becomes your cheetah, aside from, kind of a depth piece at cheetah. He can also be a depth piece at linebacker. This is, I heard Teddy and Gabe talking about it. I think that there's multiple options there, but you fit him into that because the guy is just flat out good.
Yes.
I don't think it was an effort thing as much as it was he wasn't sure where he was supposed to be at times. But the guy has over 250 tackles in his career?
Yeah.
Freshman All-American. Then they added the second highest graded linebacker off of the team too and made him a PWO. I mean, look, I don't think you're getting worse. Period.
No.
And I also think that even if you want to say that losing Danny, losing Billy Bowman, maybe you take this much of a step back. Okay. But if you have a complementary offense to this defense that puts some points on the board, takes your defense off the field for a little bit, limits possessions. It's not always about time. It's sometimes possessions. I think if you do that, you could have a higher ranking defense and still not be maybe not as good as the year before. But because I think they were elite already. I just do. I think they were elite already. But I think they might be better statistically, maybe, and still not be that.
Well, also statistically, the less
I
time.
understood what you were saying, man. I was just busting your balls mostly too.
Oh, no, the less time that you're on the field. Oh, Ron.
Go ahead, but go ahead.
No, I was just saying, stat wise as well. The less time that you're on the field, the less chance of you getting injured.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of injuries that happened for OU last year, man. They was on the field too damn long. Offense was atrocious. And then it's all about also too. It's about a rhythm. If you get in the rhythm, you get into a mode, man, to where your defense is clicking and everything is gelling as well, and your offense complements your defense.
Yeah.
Last year, the offense did not complement the defense in not one bit.
You got to be on the field to do it. You know what I mean? And you just weren't. I mean, man, I think about the Texas game, and I think
we could have got some points that first half, that first quarter. We held them to 13 yards the first quarter?
Something like that. It was in the teens, 16 or something like that. But it was, I mean, they didn't 3 and out.
Yeah. We had that. We did a podcast, and they did what, nine straight 3 and outs. That's, and then
3 and out plus the turnover was in there too. Michael Hawkins had that fumble, his first turnover that he had. But I mean, yeah, man, it's Gentry Williams being back. That would be huge too. If he's healthy, and look, I don't know how much. I hate to even put a whole lot of stock into it because he hasn't been healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know that it. Jimmy,
we can always hope for that, man. But the prognosis and things is not on his side, to where every year, man, he gets injured or nicked up somehow, some way, and he's out for a long period of time.
I guess the hope that you have is that they just misdiagnosed it last year, that they missed it completely. And so if it is actually fixed and he's had the whole year to get through it, he should be ready. But But yeah, I mean, until you see him out there,
Yeah.
until you see him out there, you can't expect it. But no, that yeah. Here's the point about the DC though. I don't think that it matters if you don't get Jim Knowles. Fine. Now they are talking about the guy from Minnesota. He's done a great job, similar also as well, and another guy that you can probably turn it over to. But let's be real about it. If they get neither of those guys, or you're not going to go get probably not going to get a guy like what's his name from Wisconsin. Don't see that. Yeah, it's just right on the tip of my tongue too. If you're not getting one of these guys though, then I don't care because to me that would mean that it's Jimmy Greenbeans. That's who it is.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any doubt that he was calling the damn thing last year. Anyway, I think that he let Zach Alley do a lot more than he was allowing Ted Roof to do. But I think that he was in charge of it every step of the way. I think that, and if he is truly in this situation where you got to win 8, then I think that he's not going to trust anybody but him anyway. Unless it's a guy like Jim Knowles, who's been in the game for 40 years.
Wasn't that
getting it done?
Isn't it Leonard?
Jim Leonard. Yes,
Jim
that's
Leonard.
what I was thinking. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that it's someone like that. It doesn't really matter to me. I keep telling people, I already know that West is coming in some way, some shape or form.
Oh yeah, I think
he's going to be an analyst or something. He's going to. I mean, look, we want to get that 4-headed monster back together, and then if we add someone like Jim Knowles and everything, if we add someone like him, man, to that's going to be even better because no one
doesn't allow him to be an actual CEO. I think it's a better situation.
Yes.
But it's not dire. If they listen, Brent Venables is the best defensive coach of the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
He is. There's a lot of people that rank him that way. There's a lot of, I mean, he stands up to it. So, and the recruiting stands up to it. And what they've done in the amount of time he's been here stands up to it. It is a clear, there's nothing close on defense to what it was before.
No, man.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Crazy. Defense was, it was never relevant. Any year that Lincoln was here, it was never relevant. No. And
they had their moments where you started looking, they looked like they were going to do something that, what was that, in 19 and 20, where they kind of looked like they were turning the corner a little bit.
Yeah.
But the depth wasn't there.
No.
This is just, you got waves of safeties coming at you and shit.
Yeah.
And you got Grayson Halton announced that he's coming back. Huge. Yeah. G-Baby coming back too. With him and man, we got the law firm headed back. We've got Marvin Jones Jr. coming. Listen, Danny Okoye and Nigel Smith getting an opportunity this year.
Nigel Smith is going to be a beast.
Dude, and he's going to kind of play inside and out a little bit, I think. They're looking to, I think he's more going to be that 3 tech more than probably anything. But because he's not going to stack on the weight to be,
still needs that speed on the outside.
To be Jaden Jackson, no. So I think he can more play some 3 technique, but I think they want to push him to the outside too. But PJ Adebari, you're hoping that it's maybe the light has clicked on for him. I think a lot of it last year wasn't that he wasn't getting it. I think that it was that he had some injuries too, got nicked up, a little bit. But I think that overall, these guys that are all coming back, and then you add in a guy like CJ Nixon coming in is huge. I mean, Taylor Wine, we've heard a lot of good stuff about him. Man, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
NIL killed Wazoo. I don't think. I mean, everyone knows that.
He's already lost. He either has them or he's already lost it.
Yeah.
So and there's definitely do not get it twisted that there's a group of dumb shits out there.
Yes.
And the OU fan base. No two ways around it.
Don't know shit about football.
They don't know shit about football. All they do is do a bunch of loud talking. They're a small percentage, but they make the most noise. It is what it is. They're the Sooner Surge, faithful that are constantly on there getting their bitch on. And that's all they do is bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and just talk crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You can't go by those guys, but but make no mistake, you got to find a way to win this year if you're Brent Venables. You have to win. You got to go out there and get it done. And I think that Buckle and Mateer are huge to that. Along with the other guys that they brought in, I think it's important because they had to. They've got to have a competent game plan, man. And I think that it's more than competent in any way that he goes with it. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Out of all those guys you mentioned, you didn't mention Dominic. You didn't mention David Stone. So
we're talking more about the edge guys, but it's on the interior. Oh shit!
Got it's never
we've
never had this many names.
Started every game as a freshman.
Exactly,
a true freshman that wasn't the highest ranked guy. Stoney got better throughout the year. You ain't wrong. And Dominic Williams, Big Trap said something about he wasn't a stat stuffer. Those guys usually aren't.
No.
You know what I mean? They don't get a ton of tackles.
They take up a lot of the
double teams
and allow other people and everything to eat off of. And that's what
middle linebacker's best friend.
Yeah. Oh shit. Big boy. He offered the job, he declined.
Who said this?
Big boy, Big Bog 80.
I was offered the DC, but you declined.
Yeah. Now,
to
go to Chris's comment, that was brought up last night. There was someone in the podcast last night that was someone from Ohio State or Ohio State fan, and they said that there's been some beef. There's been some beef between Ryan Day and Jim Knowles, and
not only that, Larry Johnson and Jim Knowles fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
And it is a straight up hatred.
So that might be a reason why he just leaves.
Yeah, and apparently he's got a fiance that lives in Oklahoma City, a lot of family that lives in Oklahoma.
Isn't it Yukon? She lives in Yukon, somewhere like that. Someone said last night.
Yeah.
So it's not a far-fetched thing for him to leave. I mean, go back home. I mean, if Oklahoma and Brent Venables is going to give you,
say it's a downward move, but if your job is to go be the best defense you can be, and you have the ability to do that right now, Chris.
Why would that be a downward move? I mean,
it's not a downward move. It's a down. He's looking at it as in terms of where the program is or whatever at the absolute moment. But Ohio State, they have a chance to win the Natty right now.
Before this year, what has Ryan Day done?
And on top of that, he hadn't done shit yet either. He still hadn't done anything. He couldn't even beat Michigan. Still couldn't beat Michigan at home this year. Yeah. Now, if they win the Natty, okay, fine. But let's just be real. Ohio State isn't going to continue. I don't look at this as a program that's going to continue staying there because guess what? You know why they're as good as they are? A lot of it has to do with the fact that they're a freaking veteran football team right now. A veteran football team that they've got a couple of guys that aren't juniors and seniors, and that's about it.
Yeah,
that's about it. So could they make another run next year? Whatever. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
but I would look. There's plenty. you could think of worse things to do than to go to and become the coordinator for a Venables team that has the staff that they have there and has an opportunity to continue to get better. Look at the players you got coming in.
Yeah.
Is it, is it as star-studded? I don't know, because I know that they rely a lot on those recruiting numbers, those stars. I don't give a shit about stars, man. I don't. I don't. I know that those dudes put out badass defenses year after year after year after year.
Yep.
So, yeah. Lateral move. You could call it lateral. Okay, fine. Unless he's going to become the Ohio State head coach, which I don't think is really on the table.
No.
Then why wouldn't you go? Yep. Legit smoke some about Knowles wanting out of Columbus. Oh, yeah, you said this the other day. And we're hearing it a lot. I don't know how serious it is. And I think that, again, I don't think it's a big hurry to do it. I don't think you have to do it. I mean, look, hell, until Allie left, they didn't start getting people.
No.
You know what I mean?
They didn't start pulling on them. Yeah.
So I feel like it is what it is. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what he said.
Yeah, it's lateral.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between Zach Alley and look, and not to dog on Zach Alley that much. I think it's a chicken shit move what he did, because and only in terms of telling your players that you're coming back and then not, and then flipping. You know what I mean? As far as, yeah, it was a downward move on his part, but I don't know. I definitely don't look at them as the same. He's still coming into his own and learning what he's going to be. And it sounded to me like he was wanting to do something that wasn't going to happen at OU. The 3-3-5 is not going to be your staple defense here. It's not.
Nope.
And 4-2-5, 4-3, whatever you want to call it, that can work. But you got to be it's tough to run a 3-3-5 in with the kinds of offensive lines you're going up against here.
Yeah. Yo, run on you all damn day.
Who said this? The same Jim Knowles who y'all said was in over his head and would never succeed as a product of Oklahoma State had a subpar system. I'm confused. Who said this?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Calpo Grant, listen, I know you like to throw that at the entire fan base because one dumbass said it or something like that, or maybe whoever you hang around with at the bar. I don't know what to tell you, bud. That ain't something I've said. But, you should – I know it'll piss you guys right off if it happens because, but you should be mad at Gundy.
Well, not only are they taking the coach, taking some of the players.
Be mad at Gundy because Gundy, he would have stayed if he'd have gotten that raise that Gundy gave himself instead. That's all I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, confusion is a thing for them. Confusion is a thing.
People that are negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
You got a sound bite of what? Well, you crazy with that one.
Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't get I'm a man, I'm 40.
I don't love that one. Not a fan of that one so much. I think it's a joke.
Yeah.
He's weak sauce. And tried to call the bluff. The thing with me is how do you keep him around? And so many fans are still okay with it. How that is, I have no idea. He checked out a long time ago. But hey, I'll just say this again. And since you're in here, Cowpoke Ranch, I'm glad you are, because I just want to thank Oklahoma State for hanging back in the Big 12 to be our farm team. It's good stuff. We appreciate that.
Yep.
It's very important. Minor league football. Thank you.
Oh, so it wasn't
It
you,
was a
Jason.
widespread opinion. See, I don't know how widespread that was. I've never heard it before. I've never heard that shit before. I don't know anybody that said anything bad about Jim Knowles, other than
I think
what an
all the
idiot
heat
worked to work for Mike Gundy.
all the heat was going to Gundy.
Yeah,
All the heat
Gundy's
is
the
every
one.
all went to Gundy.
Yeah. It's true. Gundy's the one that's the fraud. Yeah. I love the interview where Kale called him while on the air. Ooh, what? He called. We talked shit on Patterson as a whole. Yeah, well. Yeah.
I think Patterson had it in for Lincoln real bad.
Probably. I can see that.
Oh no, he hated Lincoln. He hated Lincoln with a passion.
The new JUCO pipeline. Mm-hmm. Minor league football. The AAA fan, the AAA squad.
That's messed up right there. The JUCO pipeline.
It's a fact. They brought back 20 of 22 starters last year and went 0-9 in a Big 12 that didn't have Oklahoma or Texas. I don't know what else to say. They mailed it in. And the people that were talking shit about Kendall Daniels, I mean, I can sit here and say you guys are all talking shit about Kendall Daniels over 2 plays where it looked like he loafed it out. When we know better, if you've watched, now that watching more film on him since then, I noticed that he definitely looked lost as a linebacker instead of a safety because of in what they were doing. So I think that he's definitely there's some work for him to do, but I think he works out well as a I think he'll work out very well as a cheetah though.
You're only as good as the players around you.
Yeah. Look, if we're talking about anybody mailing it in, you got to start at the top there, don't you, Coach?
Yep.
Do we lose the camera? I mean,
we didn't hear anything about their All-American running back, have we?
Yeah, what happened to him?
He called it in real early. He said he's going to NFL.
And you know what that did though to his NFL stock? He was probably the number 1 guy off the board last year.
It's down now.
It's way down.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
You haven't even heard of him. You haven't even heard anything about him this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bad. You go from winning the Thorpe Award. No, that wasn't the Thorpe Award. I'm sorry. You went from running the best running back award.
Oh yeah, now, it was the not the Mackey. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, the running back guy. Yeah.
Yeah. To not even being recognized. I mean, nobody's saying anything about him this year. Everybody's talking
he about left there one way or the other. He should have left in the portal or to the league.
Yeah.
Because apparently Alabama wanted him to come. Good morning, Neilio. Says good morning. Good Friday morning, Jason. Coach Ricks. Good morning to everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the super chat. Cowpoke Ranch, thank you for the super chat as well. But you got to know, at least he does pay for his shit talking when he comes in here. But no, you're catching it back. It was the Doak Walker. That's correct.
Doak Walker. Okay, there it is.
It was. Oh, historian here. Our guy of the knowledge here, man. Neilio is an encyclopedia when it comes to historical stuff and, whatever's going on. Whenever I'm missing a word, and it happens, he always seems to know exactly what I'm talking about.
He fills in.
Yeah, he is the man. But, yeah, I don't know. Okie is of no consequence. And I know it'll piss you guys off if Knowles ends up at Oklahoma. It should. You shouldn't have allowed him to leave.
Now, Jason, answer this question: if Okie State has one more year like it did this year, you think Gundy lasts? They already made him take a pay cut.
Well, now,
And-
yeah.
and-
See, now
and
it's now
Reed-
it's manageable. It's manageable to get out from underneath the contract. Apparently.
So if you have one more bad season, I like that. Not winning not one single Big 12 game.
Well, I don't know that that's going to happen. I think. I don't know that I love the hires that he's made. I don't hate them either. You know, it feels like they figured it out as far as they got a couple of guys that I don't know, man. They shouldn't be bad in that league, but they have lost a lot of guys to the portal. I don't know. We're gonna get Okie like Cody in here one of these days and talk about it. He wanted to come in and talk about Kendall Daniels. I wasn't too sure I wanted him to, because we were seeing a lot of that same, and he doesn't always do that. But Mike, I'm not gonna have an Oklahoma State fan come on here and bash.
That's the only
Kendall
thing that he's going to
Daniels
do.
on
That's the
my
only thing
show.
he's going to do, because he's
Not on
not
my
going to give him credit. He won't give him credit. It's going to be, this is why we let him go. This is why we didn't want him. I mean, you don't give out information unless information is asked.
No, when I was talking to him, he said he felt he was upset about it. I think he's upset about it but it's because they know that he's good. They know he's good. Kendall Daniels has been one of their best players for 3 years. You know, he has been very good. I'll tell you, that's another part of it that makes you think Jim Knowles, is because Jim Knowles did a hell of a job with him, bringing him along, didn't he? Wasn't he there that first year?
Yeah. He was there.
Yeah. And Trace Ford was talking about him yesterday. I mean, there's definitely some smoke, because Trace Ford was talking about that it'd be sad for him because he wouldn't get to play with him again. He said something about he would cut his own toe off for a chance to play for Jim Knowles again.
Damn. Well, there might be some smoke to it then. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
The longer it goes, it looks more like it's going to be that.
Yeah.
Even if not, I mean, at least we can say he did his due diligence to try to find the best DC there was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that got to count for something.
It does. It counts for something with me. I think it's worth a shot. Again, if you don't make that happen, I don't know that there's a ton of guys that you go out there and say, well, this is a good move to do that and come in and change. Because I'm with you, what you were saying to start with. You don't want somebody who's going to come in here and completely change up everything you're doing, because that's not really going to, and you're not going to see that either, by the way.
No.
But I just don't. I think that you're better off letting BV continue to call it and do his thing with it, because he is maybe that guy. It's probably the same feeling we have about Nick Anderson. Yeah, Jim left after his freshman.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure that was right. And then the years run together a little bit. They've run together a little bit. It's also been a fast. Hey, okay. I do it. On its way. Hold on. Have you watching all this Joy Taylor stuff?
Man, look. I've been watching the Marcellus, and I mean him and Shannon Sharp, they all on it. It's getting out of hand, man.
Yeah.
It's getting out of hand. I mean,
it's worse than any of this.
If the receipts are correct, what the young lady is stating, it's about to get ugly.
Yeah.
It's about to get ugly.
Whoa, Skip, man.
But you know what? Someone said something, man, that
Yep.
I can see Skip saying something similar to, she was like, she might say something like joking and, it's gonna take $1 million. Well, I'll pay you $1.5 million. I can see him saying it in a jokeful way, but when a lawyer hears that, he can just word it just right and everything to where Skip might have been like he said that for real. But I mean, I don't think nobody worth 1.5. I don't care who it is.
Some booty. Come on,
I
man.
don't care who it is. I don't care who. It could be Janet Jackson butt naked on the side with a strawberry sundae, and it's still too much money.
And yeah, no, that's a no.
Yeah.
No.
What? You gonna
Up
spend
there,
1.5
Vogue.
for what? 15, 20 minutes, and that's it?
Hey,
15,
tell
20
Skip
minutes.
Bayless to take some of that 1.5 and throw it into one Oklahoma. You know what I mean? He's a
For
big
real.
Oklahoma fan. Tell
For
him to take
real.
some of that one,
Mister, I'm
take
an
some of that
Oklahoma
money
fan.
and donate it to one Oklahoma, bro.
Tell him.
Simping.
People that are negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
They've been
big
hitting him
Skip
up on
pimping.
Twitter about that.
I've seen it too.
They've been hitting his ass up every time he comments something. One thing is they've been hitting him up.
That's some
Donate that
funny ass
money.
shit too, by the way.
Hey, it's funny. You know what else is funny? As soon as I say shoot me a link, your next thought is Joy Taylor. Come on, man. Am I more than just peanut butter skin and big cans?
A little bit, but only a little bit.
Crazy.
God.
Peanut butter skin and big cans. I tell you, Whitlock is crazy, man.
Hey, I just watched one of him responding to Cam Newton.
Oh yeah, Cam got his ass.
If you ain't watched that one,
That's funny as hell.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
that is funny. Yes, that is funny.
Yeah.
Ron
hey man, I'm so deep into that. I don't know. It's like I was telling my wife about it last night. I was like, it's like the Curse of Oak Island, right? I'm so invested in it, and I'm so tired of that show. I don't even want to watch it, but I've watched 12 seasons of it, so I have to continue to keep watching it just in case. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with this Joy Taylor crap. I don't watch so much. Now I'm invested, and I see a video, I gotta watch it.
Hey, man.
It's wild, bro.
The best one you need to watch is Shannon. When Shannon Sharp, that's the best one you need to watch because he cracks me up about the Joy Taylor thing.
He was beating that up. You know he was.
Well, everybody knew
He was early.
Everybody knew that.
He was on the early side.
Yeah.
See, that's the reason why Skip was really upset. Is that Skip don't have that NFL status to where you can walk into a room and get
It looks
any
like
type of whatever.
Skeletor too, man. What are we talking about?
Hey,
come on, bro. You can't look like Skeletor and think you're gonna pull that.
Yeah, that's what Cam was telling him. Cam was like, told Jason Whitlock and everything, man, you're not that bro. You're not that dude. You're not that guy. Because he said he don't.
I know me and how
I don't want to be around her because she got the big ones and I know me. And I'm like, come on, man.
The truest thing Whitlock said, he's like, your penis will deceive you. He's like, it will get you in trouble every time. And I was like, I feel that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
We're just playing off the deep end here, but this is awesome.
Yeah, it was all you, bro. You started it. I wasn't going to talk about
first thing. And hey, listen, I don't care. We went there last time too.
Yeah.
No, it was, and look, it's been hilarious. It's funnier than shit. I can't. I'm invested in it now. I've been watching it. I've been watching it all week. The night before that, I saw the starting of it on Twitter, and I was like, "What the fuck is this about?" And so I was watching it, and then I was like, "Let me go see what they got on YouTube here," because I knew one of those Dreamers Pro guys or somebody like that would have something. And sure enough, I was like, "Wow, special."
It's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy.
It's wild, man. That's some serious workplace misconduct, man. You know what I mean? Like
they just do whatever.
Dude, Hollywood is wild, bro. It's crazy. You know. Hope everybody's safe out there in Cali right now, but man, y'all out there wilding, bro.
They're wilding. They're wilding everywhere. because I mean, yeah, they're doing all the looting and stuff, just going through people's houses that left because they thought it was gonna burn down.
That's
Gonna
messed up
come
right there.
home to it's a house, but all their shit's gonna be gone.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy.
If Joy ever comes to work for me, shit. No. But hey man, thank you for the super chat again. I don't see that really happening. But hey, listen, I mean, be a hell of a move if you could pull
Hey,
it.
if Joy Taylor comes to work for HOF, I'm out.
You're out.
Hey, I'm on Whitlock. I'm on Whitlock status, bro. I know me. I'm out.
I'm not even gonna answer to that. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, hey, I know me.
There are stringent sexual harassment rules here at HOF.
Yep. Hey, but you got to sign something first, Jason. You got to sign something first. I haven't signed anything.
Hey, dress code.
Just so we understand something.
Sports
I
bras
know
only.
me too, and I'm single, by the way. This is no good comes of that. No good comes of that.
Strict dress code.
Good comes
Sports
of it.
bras.
Not for
Nothing but sports bras.
That's the dress code. Nothing but sports bras.
Like nothing exposed. Like I need them, sports bra. Like just like let's keep
Covered
it
like granny bras.
Yeah, dude, like moo-moos, all that stuff. We don't need none of that.
Big Mike is on point.
The best one, the one I sent you of Cowherd when he was like two titties.
Two titties. That is that's a slip right there. That's a Freudian slip.
That's crazy.
I could not believe it.
Oh yeah, dude,
so
hilarious.
Crazy,
he's acting. He was losing it like a giddy little schoolgirl himself, and he says two titties. I cried. I was like, "Oh my god, dude!"
Oh my god.
Hey, yeah, we got another 2 to 3 inches here, Neilio. Another 2 to 3. So yeah, that's where your boy was out
snowed in, pretty much.
Now we ain't snowed in anymore, but we just got another 2 to 3. I had to go out there and clean some stuff off and get up in the driveways. Try to make it a little wider so we can get both cars and people can get out. It's crazy. It's snow.
I'd love to spread joy in my workplace. My ass would be in court after the damn interview.
Sooner in Texas said he had to Google Joy Taylor. He said, "Now I'm up to speed now."
Oh my god,
it's over. Yeah, it's but dude, that whole thing started that way. I mean, I was like, okay, so somehow because of Jason Taylor, she became, she got into the industry.
Yeah,
that's not the case at all. It's not the case at all. She was a backup radio chick in Miami and got that job because she was banging that dude. That was all it was. Because otherwise, there's no way she gets the job. I mean, that's well, and it's. I think it sucks for women that have worked their asses off to get to that point, and it's a tough industry. Being in this, even in newspapers and stuff, women getting into the sports section of a newspaper is a tough gig for them.
Yeah.
It's a tough gig. It's got to be crazy to get into television in the sports side.
Don't get me wrong. Like,
I think she actually does a pretty good job.
I don't mind listening to Joy Taylor. I think she does a good job.
She's pretty good.
Yeah. I liked her as the moderator on Undisputed at the beginning. Like, I thought she did a really good job. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I like her. I like her little montages that she does on IG where she like takes a whole bunch of clips throughout the week, and it's kind of entertaining and it's funny. Just saying wild stuff and comments or whatever. But no, I think I haven't tuned in too much of that new show that she's on.
No,
but I didn't mind, her takes, and it's a different perspective. You know what I mean? Like, and I enjoy that. I like hearing like, things that I might not think about or a different take, or, I might not disagree. I might not agree with it, but, I like hearing all sides of the.
I mean, you know what? I'll say this. People say a lot of that stuff about like Rachel Nichols. Rachel Nichols is a badass.
Yeah, she's sweet.
If she got there that way, I don't know. And I don't think that she did. She was working at the Washington Post young.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I'll tell you this much. Whatever happened, however she got there, Rachel's a badass at her job. And a lot of them are.
Mhm.
So a lot of women that are in the game right now, if they're in the game at ESPN or Fox or even any of the newspapers and some of the, if you've reached a high level like that, there's got to be more to you than what you can do in the bed for sure, because you got to be able to carry a conversation with a bunch of asshole men that freaking think they know everything to begin with. And let's call it like it is. Skip Bayless don't know shit. He swears he does, but he don't.
Shit.
You know, I'm not a Skip guy. I've never liked Skip, and he's a prick too.
I mean, he has his moments. He has his moments with me,
He's a
but
decent columnist, but he's full of shit though, all the way around. And
he plays his role very well.
yeah, the antagonist.
That's how I view him.
He is an
Plays his
antagonist,
role
and he
very
does a good job with that, I guess. Yeah. But I'm just saying it's not like they can't keep up with him, and or anybody for that matter. And a lot of those guys that are up there saying what they say, I mean, like Nick Young, come on, bro.
He don't know shit.
That guy's full of shit too. There's a lot of them that Colin Cowherd's full of shit, but at least Colin will lay it out for you, make you think that he knows what he's talking about, at least. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Does that guy Nick Wright still have a show? Is he
Nick
still
Wright,
on TV?
I think he does.
Yeah, early in the morning. Yeah,
I never watched it. I never watched it because I don't like him.
Yeah,
I don't like the dude. I think he's full of shit. You know, when he was in Houston, he had a big run-in with Tom Herman down there. They were having a big old battle with him over who is it over? That quarterback. He was a quarterback that had come from Texas, actually. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but anyway, it was a trip that I mean, Herman starts a lot of shit as it is.
Yeah.
But pretty wild.
So you think you guys saw my message earlier, right?
What?
Which one?
I got the call last night, but I had to, it offered to DC.
The defensive coordinator. Why'd you turn it in?
I had to decline it, bro. I had to decline it. BV called me last night. He said, "Hey, man,
why'd you decline it? You're retired now. It's not like you ain't got shit to do. Come on."
I got these kids. I got a sophomore and a fifth grader. I gotta be around. I just got out of a profession that kept me away from the crib. Can't be doing that anymore.
Well, no, we know that ain't it. We know because
you had to give it to B Hall. Make B Hall take it.
No, we know why you didn't take it. Because
what do you think about? Yeah, go ahead, Coach Rick.
He can work. He got to work with Joy Taylor. That's why he turned it down.
Yeah. Ain't no Joy Taylors around there.
He got to work.
I don't need that.
Oh.
If you want to get rid of Big Mike, bring in Joy Taylor.
Nope.
Man, if I get Joy Taylor, I'm leaving the show. If I get Joy Taylor,
allegedly, you will leave the show.
I will leave the show.
Yeah, but I had to do my homework on Coach Knowles. Didn't know the most about him, but I mean, everybody says it's big game hunting. Taking a big swing. I mean, I guess you could say that, but I don't really view it that way.
What do you mean?
And I don't necessarily think that that's the best move.
You don't like the Jim Knowles idea?
I don't know if I don't dislike it or like it. I don't like the premise of everything having to be a big game, a big name type hire. You know what I mean? I'd like if it benefits the football team, I'm okay with it. But I'm not okay with it if it's, to appease the fan base or to appease donors. You know what I mean?
Oh
I
yeah,
want
no,
them,
I don't.
I want them to hire
Number one, I
the
don't really think that's what that is.
Yeah, I'm not saying it is or not. I'm just telling you how I
But
think
if
about
that's what it
hiring.
is, oh yeah, yeah. I
I
would agree with you there. I would agree. With you.
I don't like it if that's the reason. But if if BV thinks that he's the guy to come in and take over this defense, okay, I'm with it. Damn.
Damn. This damn cold. It just hadn't gone away.
Yeah, me too. Same thing.
Excuse me. No, I think that when it comes to Knowles, I think that that's a move. He's not going to turn that defense over to anybody unless it's somebody like him, is what I think is what we're talking about, right? So if you're going to do it in terms of because he wants to do it, he wants to do it as and become a more of a CEO, right? Where he feels like he can let go. Okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I don't really see him doing that. Because and I think it would have to be compatible. I think Hank, I think it would have to eat. It is compatible in view of the fact that they run very, very similar stuff. 4-2-5, 4-3, a lot of that kind of stuff. And this is a guy that's been, we lost Coach Riggs. This is a guy that's been at the top of the game as a coordinator for a long time now. And you can probably turn loose of the reins if you're Coach V.
Yeah.
I like the guy from Minnesota too.
Who's that?
Shit, I always forget his name, but I was just looking at it a minute ago. Hold on. It's Corey Heatherman. I always forget his name. What we got? Corey Heatherman. He's done a really good job.
Yeah.
He's done a really good job. Yeah, he's a stud. He's a stud. But
I mean, listen, I'm here like, I just need BV to do whatever he thinks is the best to get this thing back on track.
Yeah.
And get us in the playoffs.
Well, here's what I would, and I'm of this feeling right now that if you're going after a guy like him, you already have a brand new offensive coordinator. Maybe he's not in as much trouble as we may think he is this year if they say they win 7 instead of 8 or more. Because I don't think you make a hire like that with the intention of firing your head coach. Right?
Yeah, that's what that's
Coach Roy Ball.
I don't know necessarily if BV's job is in jeopardy this year, the 2025 year. But I don't even like the conversation. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even like the conversation. And
about the firing.
Yeah, I just think it's too early, and people need to chill. All right, go take that bong hit, go vape something, eat that Eddie, and just y'all got to relax a little bit, man. Like this thing is not just something that you can take over and become a national contender the next day. You know what I mean?
I was saying that the other day, Big Mike. I said, look, if you think you're getting closer, the people that are still screaming about that, because it's that, hey, look, let's just be real about what it is. It's the Sooner Surge way of doing things. They're allowing that conversation to go on constantly. And that's what is spoken about damn near every day on that show.
Yeah.
And so these are the conversations that continue to be had. And that, you know what, people are like, oh, you just get pissy about it and block people. You cry about it and do it. No. I'm not doing the negativity thing. If you want to bring me a reason why you think that you should fire Brent Venables and then articulate that reason other than he sucks. You know, if you want to articulate a good reason for me, I'll listen to you. I'm just not going to listen to doom and gloom bullshit because
Yeah.
that's mostly what you get from that segment of the fan base.
Hey, and you know,
They
I
don't
get
know
it.
shit about football.
Like I get it. Yeah, you know, I get it, bro. I trust me. I was that way with Todd Bowles for a couple years, bro. Like I was like this dude. I'm tired of looking at his face on the sideline. He doesn't show any emotion. He doesn't, you know, he was mismanaging clocks. Like, you know, I just was like, but you know what? I mean, I can't hate on him now, man. You know,
Well, he's definitely one of the better defensive minds in pro
yeah,
football.
yeah. But I mean, you know, we're in the playoffs every year, so I can't. I just
Yeah.
gotta just sit down and shut the fuck up and enjoy it because it hasn't always been this way. And no, I'm not a bandwagon fan. When as soon as Brady came on board, trust me, I didn't like Brady one bit. I did not. I was not a Brady guy. Like I was ready for that dude to retire. I was actually quite pissed off, and I got receipts, you know, on my Facebook page of when they got. I was against getting a 40-year-old Tom Brady and getting rid of a 21, 22-year-old Jameis Winston. Guy got it. Jameis Winston had his turnover issues, and
That
but
was that was Bruce Arians' no risk it, no biscuit game.
and here's the deal, man. I watch every snap of every game, right?
Mhm.
And I will say, you know, half of those turnovers, you know, those interceptions,
It's the way they do things.
you know, it's bad route, it's running wrong routes, and you know, deflections and tips. And you know, I just think Jameis got a bad rap, and you know, I think he's better than half these quarterbacks that are starting right now in the NFL. I feel like he can come in and take a team and get them into the playoffs. I mean, the biggest thing that Jameis was missing was a defense. Like Jameis never had a defense when he was in Tampa. So
Guys,
you
this is
know,
the point.
a good, solid like championship defense like we got now. But yeah, I mean, I digress.
Here's what I would tell you about this. He said the sad truth is he's got to at least win 8 or 9. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Do I think that he can? Yeah, I do. If the offense is good, he's going
Hey,
to.
man, we're 8 or 9 easily this year if we don't do dumb shit.
I think so too. And I think it's easy to just say that's going to be on Brent, but let's say he does. Let's say he wins 7 because whatever reason. I'm not even going to throw reasons out there because I believe that they're going to win 8, 9, maybe 10, even though this schedule is the most ridiculous thing ever. I think that they can do it. Whether they do or not is fine, but let's say they don't. For whatever reason, they don't. You think that firing him gets them closer to being Ohio State, UGA, Bama? Because it doesn't. Because you're gonna have a mass exodus of guys out the damn door too. And for what? You just get a defense together and now you're gonna throw it all away? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Unless it's complete meltdown stuff, you can't just fire the guy just for. And I'm not saying that they won't. I'm telling you that it's not the right play. And if they're bringing in a guy like Knowles, it's not the play. I guarantee you they won't be doing it. The way I feel about it at this point, if they're bringing in somebody like Knowles, they're in it with BV for the long haul.
Where'd Coach Ricks go, man? I gotta ask him some questions. Coach Ricks, man, get back on here, bro.
Coach Roy Ball.
Hmm.
Is he too drunk to come on? Probably not. He's welcome to. Coach, you want to come in? Coach Ricks, get your ass back on here too.
No, man, where you go? I have some Clemson questions I want to ask.
Some Clemson questions. Coach Roy Ball be in here gloating.
Hey, let him shine.
Hey, man, I did. We were doing it last night.
Yeah, I saw some of those clips.
It was fun. Yeah, and year 4 now, and these are BV's players. Now, that's the other thing. He's 6 and 7, 2 out of 3 years. One of those years wasn't because of him. In fact, they probably would have been worse with that. There was lots of ways that could have went south even further. It could have been much worse. Bishop, what's up, Bishop?
He's still in 2 out of 3 years. One of those years wasn't because of him. In fact,
You gotta turn it off. All right, you got it.
Snuck him in.
What's up, man? You gotta turn it off.
That could have went.
All right. Hold up.
Turn it off. Damn, he out here with the big chain, dude.
Right? Got
Ah,
a big old
damn.
chain on there.
God damn.
What up, dog? Oh. What's up there, Bishop? What are you up to?
Hey, man. I'm just, you guys got me rolling. All of a sudden,
What's up? What's up, Unc?
Pumps in the bump came in my mind when Mike started talking. My bad. My bad.
So Pumps in a bump.
Hey, that's 90s. That's 90s hip hop and R&B at its finest.
Yeah, you know it.
Yes, indeed. Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
Hey, Hammer had a dope album. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Talk about busting people in the back of their head and shit.
Hey, I know we talk about Hammer, but I heard that Hammer ain't no joke, bro. So what's good, you guys? Let me.
We're just talking it up, man. We were just talking about this. The point I was just making now, I think that you have to be willing to give Coach V time. If you're bringing a guy like, I think they should anyway, because they just brought in a new coordinator. If it doesn't immediately turn around, I don't think that you just pull the plug automatically. If it's a shit show again, like a complete shit show, and it's not, and it doesn't look like it's coming together, okay, fine, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. But in the end, the people that are saying that most of the people that are saying dumb shit about that Venables sucks and he doesn't know what he's doing, I think they're the people that know that as soon as he gets his feet underneath him, he's going to beat the shit out of him. Like numbnuts over here. You know?
Yeah. I think the reason he's taking so long, because he understands that with this, if he got to make chess moves, and if this is his true stance, then yeah, you swing for the fences. You already know what you got in waiting, but you swing for the fences, and if so, that's also accountability that you're bringing on a coordinator that, without a doubt, has their own way of thinking. So you know, I'll be held accountable when I make a decision.
Mm-hmm. Coach Roybal, welcome into the show. Oh, he froze as soon as he came in. What the hell? Oh, there he is.
There he is.
What's up, Coach?
The man
Top
of
of
the
the morning.
Top of the morning. Oh, awesome. Got him back. There we go. What's up, man?
Hey, just enjoying life today, man.
I know you are. Man.
It's a beautiful feeling.
I bet it is. I ain't mad at you.
Look, hey man, for us OU fans, we've been waiting for it for a while. So it's
well, I tell you what,
I was thinking about that last night after the show got over with. I said, you know what, and to be honest, I think a lot of people, that's what we're talking about. I think that there's a lot of people that don't realize how close Oklahoma is to that.
Jason, you and I have had this conversation many times, and I've said it over and over. I really believed that BV, and Marcus were kind of on the same path.
Mm-hmm.
Had so many commonalities, not just as the coaches, but also as the teams themselves. And you know what? We're just a step ahead, but I still see OU in that same path, and it may be a year later, but I still see OU on that same trajectory as what the Irish had. And you guys know I'm not partial to OU, But I love BV, and I see that trajectory from a professional point of view, having been an ex-coach, and I see that parallel there.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, I'm sure you've gone through. I mean, Hobbs notwithstanding, you had to have been at certain times where you just thought for sure you were right there and you're going to do it, and it didn't come together that season, but maybe it does come together the next year or whatever like that. Feels like that happens places, right? I mean,
there's no doubt.
Go ahead.
There's no doubt. No, there's no doubt, Jason. And it's, you know what, guys, there's a fine line, a fine line in having that year that, dang, you know, things didn't fall the way we wanted to, the injury bug hit, you know, et cetera. But, you know, you cross that fine line the next year, and hell, you're beating the hell out of everybody. So,
right.
You know, I love it. I think y'all are on the right track.
I think so too, and I think, but does it feel like if you were to make a move like Jim Knowles, feels like that's a move you don't make if you're planning to fire him if it doesn't go perfect this year, right?
No, I don't believe so. I think, you know, if you're going to make that move, and again, guys, you know, you just never know when you make moves like that. You don't know how it's going to go. I mean, again, it all becomes culture. But, you know, Jason, I think you bring up a good point. You know, y'all, if y'all were to bring Knowles in, you know, that's one thing Notre Dame did too. Look at our two coordinators. You know, probably two of the best in the country, and you gotta have people in there that can help you. And I think that's another commonality between BV and Marcus is that, you know, you got to surround yourself with great people, and you know, especially when you're a young head coach, you need those experts around you, those guys that have been there before, that have been head coaches. You know, that's one of the things that I was always asked as a head coach. I'd always hire these ex head coaches to come coach on my staff, and people would say, Coach, doesn't that bother you a little bit that, you know, hell, they may come in and take over your job? And my statement to that was, you know what? I need good people, knowledgeable people, experienced people. And if they take my job, then I'm not doing a very damn good job. So let it be. So yeah, they need to, you know, if you got a chance to bring him in, bring him in.
What do you feel about that? What do you guys think about that, Bishop?
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Yeah, I piggyback off of Coach. I really do think that that without a doubt, iron sharpens iron, and the more that you have people around you that cause you to go to a new level, causes your whole team to raise up a standard.
Yeah, I agree. Man, you rocking the chain today, brother. Looking good.
Don't hurt him.
Oh man,
Don't hurt him.
it's all good. It's all good, you guys.
No nuts. What would you?
I'm trying to bling like you, Coach, since you got on your green.
Oh
man, yeah. I still feel like, in the end, I think, Mike, you said it a second ago that if that doesn't happen, in which I think there's a lot more. There may be some fire to the smoke. You're hearing it too many places. I mean, they're even talking about it in Columbus. So, and the fact is that him and Larry Johnson hating each other the way that they do, that's a problem, right? That's a problem.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
yeah.
I can see it happening. I don't know what's going to end up happening, but if it doesn't, I don't think it matters either, because I think that they'll continue right along with what they're doing. And in the end, the main thing, I'm not worried about this defense so much, man. I think the defense is just getting better. as far as talent's concerned. Anyway,
Yeah.
the big
I'm telling
issue
you,
is going to
defense.
be the other side of the football, man. The big issue is the other side of the football.
What y'all have done defensively is incredible. Y'all have really become a great defensive football team, and just like you said, with recruiting, y'all are continuing to improve in that area. But again, y'all just need to take a step back, get into that old OU offense that y'all had for years and years, and again, y'all will be hell on wheels. Y'all be running the SEC.
We'll see. We'll see about that. But no, I'm not sure how.
Hey, so I heard an interesting take today on Notre Dame, coach, and people are downplaying Notre Dame's run to the national championship because they're not in a conference, and they're saying that it doesn't mean as much. It ain't the same, because I heard Cam Newton today on First Take.
Cam's a damn idiot.
Hold on. Listen to this take though. He said it's like a comparison of like letting everybody, slug it out on the playground, and then you just taking the winner in the championship. And I don't know. I don't disagree. I do disagree with it because they're still beating teams, but I just find it kind of funny, and I don't know if you've heard any of that or as a Notre Dame fan, or what your take is. Do you want them in a conference?
Hell no. Hell no. Why do we want to be in a conference? I mean, and you know what? Since conferences are so damn good, how come the conference champions all got their ass out after their first game? I mean, guys, at the end of the day, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. Number one, almost everybody in the country would love to be independent. They just can't do it. Notre Dame can. And there's several reasons that they can. But you know what? Let's talk about just the playoffs right now. And let's talk about the money, because that's one thing that people always talk about. Well, y'all need to be in conference, you'll make more money, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what, guys? We just pulled in $20 million off the playoffs. Did we have to share that money with anybody? Hell no. It came straight to Notre Dame. You know what? And again, going back to talking about, well, you don't play in a conference, you didn't play these people, so it doesn't mean as much if you're winning. Well, at the end of the day, we're fixing, have we not been playing conference people in the playoffs, been beating their ass, and who's next? Come on. I mean, and so that conference bullshit is so old. I mean, I tell you what, I'm 64 years old, and that shit just wears me out. I've been hearing that shit for so long. It's just unreal. And I tell you what, I'll hear that shit till the day I die. The only way Notre Dame is going into a conference is if they tell us we can't play for a national championship unless we're in a conference. That's the only way that'll ever happen. So, yeah. That's a great question. But, yeah, that conference shit just wears my ass out.
I give it to Notre Dame, man. Those gold helmets were blinging last night, and them shits look good. I was like, damn, those are tight.
Well, I tell you what, we probably played the second worst ball game of the year last night. We did not play well at all. And you know what? Even if we'd have gotten beat, guys, I wouldn't have made excuses. But since we won, I can say a little bit about that, because I want people to go back and look at injuries on this football team. And I know everybody's got them, but our Viper position, which is one of our defensive ends, we're on our fourth team Viper.
Yep.
Our tackle, offensive tackle, we're on our fourth team offensive tackle. I mean, we lost a corner that was an All-American that is incredible. Guys, the list goes on and on. We lost the heart and soul of our defense, Riley Mills at defensive tackle. You know, I guarantee you can go look at other teams that have lost people to injuries because everybody has, but I can guarantee you nobody in the country has lost as many starters and second teamers and third teamers that, and you know, we're still, you know, next man up philosophy.
Hey, coach, y'all
Yeah.
should have lost. Y'all shouldn't have had your quarterback for the second half. You
You're right.
can't tell me that dude wasn't concussed. As soon as he hit his head, he reached up.
Yeah.
And hey, that's one thing that the college football playoff system showed to me last night is they don't give a damn about no concussion, not in these
No.
big games, because
No.
the tight end from Penn State
Also,
out
got
cold on that sideline,
Yep.
and this dude back in the
Absolutely.
game. I was like,
Yeah.
I was sitting in the game. I'm like, I'm like,
Yeah, both
this game
of them.
just changed. I was like, this game has really just changed. And then all of a sudden, I look up, that tight end's in the end zone, jumping for a ball in the
Yeah.
end zone, falling back, hit his head again. I was like, God damn.
Exactly.
That shit
You're
was
exactly
crazy.
right. Well, you
Right.
know what? Hey, that son of a gun is he may be the best player in college football, guys.
He's a
he's
stud,
dude,
man. He's a
dude.
stud,
Oh,
man. Straight
He's a
up.
friggin' man child. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I thought when our tight end Mayer was playing, I thought he was an incredible tight end. This guy, I gotta say, this guy puts Mayer to shame. I mean,
Oh yeah, dude. That dude. What's his name? I can't keep number 44. I keep forgetting his name.
oh shit, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Hell, I was trying to forget his name.
Yeah, dude. That dude is the truth. Shit, he reminds me of me back in high school when I used to play tight end. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Chrissy said he sees truth to it. Georgia slugged it out in the SEC and sustained injuries. CFP rules need to change because Notre Dame taking advantage. You know what? Number one, coach just told you they've got as many or more injuries as anybody else right now. And they, no matter what happens, as long as they're the way the things are, the rules are set up against them, they're going to get in because of what they bring to the table. But they're also never going to get a bye. They're going to fix this whole bullshit with I think they're going to have to move it up because nobody's going to want that damn bye if it continues to be that you got a month off in between. Too much rust grows on these guys. No two ways around it. But if it actually becomes a benefit for you to win the conference championship, which it could, I think that's one of the moves that they make immediately. Then what? Because they'll never get one of those buys because they're not playing in the conference. So they do have their little stipulations that they have to deal with at Notre Dame. I'm not even a Notre Dame fan. I'm getting sick of having to do all this talking about and defending them but it's stupid shit like this. I think that these things right here, it's just like I talk about with Oklahoma fans that don't have a clue. You're missing the boat here. Completely missing the boat here.
Well, I gotta tell you, Chrissy, there is a podcast you need to sign up for. It's called "Come Listen to All the Dumbass Statements." You need to join that podcast because you my friend would fit right in.
Coach on it.
Hey, Coach,
He was on
documentation.
it last night. He bought it. He bought it to it. Go ahead, Bishop. Sorry.
No. I was just saying, documentation beat conversation. They only talking about you because you're at the top.
Well, and a lot of people are pissed, but like for Cam to say that, nobody remembers that you've been 9-3 2 years in a row, and the schedule wasn't near as easy as everybody's acting like this was the easiest schedule in the world for Notre Dame. It really wasn't. They ended up
You know
playing
what, guys?
quite a few pretty damn good teams.
Okay, guys, let me ask this question. We play a cupcake schedule, okay? Let's say we do. But we're still beating your ass in the playoffs. So what damn difference does it make? We're still beating your ass.
No.
Oh my God. What a thought that is. Jesus.
They went 11-1, by the way.
Boy, give them the
Incredible.
smoke, coach.
1L was bad. They should be undefeated.
Yeah, that loss was horrible.
But I think they talked about it last night on the show though too, or on the broadcast, that Riley was hurt. He didn't start really getting healthy from last year till towards the end of the season, really.
Ohio State champs, you wish Notre Dame would get a real schedule? I wish you'd get a real job.
Look,
Get a real clue. You don't have a damn clue. What difference? I just said, what difference does it make? We're still beating your ass. Jesus Christ.
I don't
We
know.
got some people are just fucking stupid.
Cook,
So,
coach,
let me ask
cook.
you this, Coach. How long is that contract, that TV contract that you have with Notre Dame and NBC? How long does that go out till?
I'm trying to remember.
Because I feel like I've been watching them on NBC since I was like a kid.
The new one just starts next year. It didn't even.
Yeah,
it wasn't even.
It hadn't started yet. Yeah, it hadn't started yet. But yeah, they've been with NBC forever. And you know, our new athletic director, Pete Bavacqua, he came from NBC. He was running NBC. And so now he's our new athletic director. So do you think, guys, that there's probably going to be that continued relationship? And you think that Pete Bavacqua knows exactly how much he can pull out of NBC? Absolutely. And again, guys, everybody would love to be independent, but you can't do it like Notre Dame does.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Chrissy, you're a Penn State fan. You say you're a Penn State fan, right? You guys were independent for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah.
So
But they don't remember that. Either they're too stupid to know that, or number one, they don't remember it.
No.
Wow.
But whether or not, but in Purple Oracle, you can say they look and feel like a Big Ten school. But it's because they're in Big Ten country. But guess what? When they tried to get into the Big Ten back in the 60s, nobody remembers any of this. Nobody ever talks about this, except for if you're at Notre Dame. That
they didn't want us.
Kept them out because of the Catholic thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're holding
And
grudges there. And guess what? They don't need your money. They don't need your money.
No, hell no. We got more money than Ben Gump. And by the way, today in this world, it's the Catholics against the conferences.
We need to hashtag that.
You ain't lying. You better put that on the shirt now.
Oh.
Hey, it is what it is. I'll just say, in the end, I've been saying it I've been telling you guys for the last couple of years that they are every bit as built as the rest of the damn country. When you say that, when you say things like what you're saying right here, if they're in the conference, they won't make the playoff. That's not even true. That's not even a true statement. It's you can believe that if you want to believe it, but the truth is the Big Ten isn't that great. They immediately go in, and at worst, they're second or third in the Big Ten right now. If they're in the Big Ten this year, they're at worst second or third.
Okay, so let me ask this. If Notre Dame decided to go get in the Big 12 conference right now, you think, would you still be bitching about, oh, y'all don't play a big schedule, y'all just play Big 12? Because let's be honest, Big 12 football sucks after Texas and OU left. So, we played in the ACC during COVID. Did we not win it that year? You guys, y'all need to learn more shit about football, man.
Yeah.
That's a podcast name right there. Learn more shit about football.
Look at this. Delio coming through with the historical references again. Fielding Yulsky, Michigan head coach, and a staunch anti-Catholic. He was the driving force behind that almost 100 years ago.
There you go, Neilio. Well, I love Neilio. He keeps us updated on all
of
things.
that. Yeah.
But I mean, and there was one of the guys off. I think he's from there. He used to work in the SID's office for sure, and I think now he works for 247 or something like that. But I remember him talking. He was on the 365 show with those guys, the Baylor guys down there, Sick'em. And he was talking about that. He was like, "We ain't going. We're not. And to hell with the Big Ten." And in fact, if they were to join a conference, it probably wouldn't be the Big Ten because of all that shit.
It'll be the ACC. That's where all our teams play.
If
all our other teams.
I agree with that. I think it's an easy move if you do that, but I don't know that the ACC is sticking together forever either. At least not in the form that you want them to.
Unless we're in it.
That's true.
That's why I think if Notre Dame jumped in the ACC, they'd probably save it for sure. I mean, that'd be dope though. You be heading to the West Coast, playing Stanford. That'd be dope.
Yeah. I love it. Hey, so Chris asked, what was it? When was the last time Penn State? No. Wait, where was it?
Won a championship in the 80s.
No. There was something about when Ohio State champs. When did Notre Dame play Ohio State? I haven't seen us play each other yet.
Oh, you're talking about
grief. Do you watch football? Hell, we played them last year. We should have beat their ass. I mean, we play on the goal line with 10 men. If we put a dead person at defensive tackle, we win that ball game. Just a dead body, and we win. And we let them run the ball twice. Now, is that stupid by us? Yes. You know what? That was one of Marcus Freeman's, wow, what a faux pas there. But you know what? He learned from it and then made him a better coach. But yeah, come on. Surely we played last year. Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all got me rolling today.
Different football teams, but you knew it was going to come to it. It's been going on for a while. Bro, Johnny boy, can't say you can, see this is Johnny boy, you're gonna come in here and say something silly like that.
Coach Roybaugh
didn't make it. Hook 'em horns. That's not a real Oklahoma fan. Come on, bro.
What do you say? Since the Sooners didn't make it, hook 'em horns.
Oh, bro, that's can't say that shit.
Oh, geez.
Fuck Texas all day.
Well, and I tell you what, and I know you'll throw stones at me, but thank God I'm on the other side. But I want to play. I want to play Texas in the national championship. But I have a personal reason for that because my son, I love him, but he's got just a little bit of dumbass in him because he's a Texas Longhorn fan.
Oh,
I love him.
Nice.
I love him with all my heart, but maybe we can knock some sense into his ass.
Oh, Woo Pig talking in here. He said, "How's Notre Dame winning with that quarterback? He's worse than Taylor Green." I don't know, man. I
tell you how they're winning with him. He's a friggin' winner. Yeah. He finds ways to beat your ass. You know what? Everybody bitches about the week before against Georgia threw for 90 yards. Big deal.
He also ran for 90 yards.
Yeah. And last night he threw for how many? 200 and something. But see, all of a sudden, oh shit, they forgot about he's a terrible quarterback. He makes plays. He did throw 2 awful balls, and you can guarantee he's going to throw some bad balls. It's guaranteed. But then you see him running by you, and all you can see of Riley Leonard is asshole and elbows because he's flying by you.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason. Coach Roy is on. He's on his stick for real,
Hey,
bro.
man,
He's on his stick
you're not
for
gonna
real.
knock him. You can't knock that damn smile off his face for the shit. But I tell you what, though, I would say I'd be just as excited about it. Somebody made a comment on the show from last night that they couldn't wait till you got humbled, next week or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure you'd be real humble if it was your team in the Natty, playing for the Natty.
Well, and that's my question. Where's your fucking team?
Texas is an easy win for Notre Dame. So they can't be that bad then, Chrissy. They can't be that bad then. They beat Georgia. They just beat Penn State.
Let's see.
And if you're telling me that they would beat Texas too, then how are they so bad?
Hey, I love to be that bad.
Hey, let me think here. Georgia, Texas played once, played twice, and who won that? Oh, and we beat their ass. Oh, I love it. You know what? I'm gonna chill out, guys.
Talk your shit, Coach. Talk your
shit. Pop your collar. Pop your collar.
You guys know this shit has been built up for quite a while.
Exactly.
1988.
Yep.
Hey, run your gumbo straight fire. It's your moment. Do your thing, man.
Oh, I love you guys. Y'all are awesome, man.
The SEC had a down year stuff I don't even know why people say it, because that tells me that you don't know a whole lot about it either. They cannibalized themselves is what they did.
They
cannibalized themselves. Right. Don't get it twisted and act like you're going to beat most of them, because look, Penn State, people talking about the schedule. Who the fuck did Penn State play? They got Oregon at the end of the year. And before that, the best game that they had played was who? Ohio State. That's it. That's it. I guess you can say USC if you want to, but they were 6-6.
Yeah, but the Big Ten did a good job of scheduling it, that make it that way, right?
They did a great job of limiting their best teams' exposure to each other. They did. That's all that was.
100.
Indiana played one fucking team all season and got boat raced, and then they played Notre Dame, got boat raced.
Yeah.
It's silly talk to say it, because Penn State doesn't win ever it's not because they don't have good players. It's because they don't get it right.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the easier route. You got to the point last night by beating Boise State and an SMU team that didn't belong anywhere within 100 miles of the playoff.
And I'll say this. I'll say this, guys. Penn State, I was impressed with them, because I honestly, and I'll own this. I've talked shit about Penn State all season long. I've talked shit about them.
So have I.
But I got to tell you,
they were better. They were better in the Big Ten championship game too. I'll give you that. But they hadn't played anyone moving up to that point either.
Their biggest flaw is they don't have any receivers. Like, I don't think they completed a pass to the receivers last night.
Zero.
They did it. They had zero.
Like, how is that even how is that possible?
It is.
That shit is crazy.
Zero.
That is wild to me, bro.
How many games do you think there have been in college football that their wideouts got zero catches? I mean, wow.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. Is that an indictment on the receivers or the quarterback?
Well, I tell you this, guys. I think a little of both, but I'm going to tell you this: our corners will cover your ass up. We have a freshman where our All-American Ben Morrison got hurt, injured about halfway through the season. We put in a freshman, Moore, and that sucker, I'm not sure he's not better than Morrison. And so I think it was a combination of quarterback, receivers, and the blanket we threw on their ass.
Facts.
But they definitely got to go get some receivers. I mean, and you know what? I'm not going to sit here and brag because we're in the same boat. We're not very damn good. Our wideouts are not very good and haven't been for several years now.
I think you may have gotten something out of Great House last night.
Well, and we've been expecting that, and thank God it showed up last night. But but we just need a couple of big time receivers, and that can cure a lot of ills for us offensively. Because we don't stretch people vertically. We just do not.
I think here's what I would say about when it comes to Riley Leonard, though. And I know he doesn't throw it very well.
No,
he has his moments where he can make some throws. He's not terrible, but he ain't great either throwing the ball. He does.
It's got to be off the RPO.
It does. You've got to get him moving around, get him out of the pocket, get him being an athlete, and that's when he starts throwing the ball better. He's not ever going to be a pocket passer kind of dude. That's not who he is.
Yeah,
but
Jason, and you said it right there, and we talked about it the night before the game when you were over at the house. But we were talking about. I made the statement. You know what? We need to get that. They have kind of that semi sprint out, semi rollout, and gets him out of the pocket, which they did a couple of times last night. But boy, I'd love to see a hell of a lot more. And some people say, well, when you sprint out,
even do whatever, move the pocket.
Exactly. And people say when you sprint out, well, you're limiting yourself to half of a football field, which is very true. But a semi rollout where you get him back over on the, just outside of the tackle box, just outside, that doesn't limit you to half the field. You still have the whole field. And with the way he runs the ball, what a great place to get him out there where he's got more open area.
We were talking about at the end of the bowl game for Oklahoma that why on the 2-point conversion are you sticking Michael Hawkins in the pocket instead of rolling him out to the outside, and either so he could run it in or throw it to a big guy on the boundary because they don't come at him, or because they're trying to keep him from going in. It's a dual threat. You got to make a decision there if you're a defender when you got a quarterback like that. You get them on the perimeter, you're making those guys make choices. So they're either going to they're picking their poison that way. I think that the thing is, I don't know that it's as much the receivers. I know you've got some guys that have come in the last couple of years. I think that last night you saw it from Great House, but I think when you get a quarterback that can throw it a little better, right? Angeli, or even
you saw what Angeli did in on that drive. I truly
I think that they needed him to come in at that point.
If Angeli doesn't take us down the field and we get a field goal right before the half, I think we get beat.
Yeah,
I really do.
Give you a little momentum going into the
Right.
I can see that. Yeah, and NIL Kill Wazoo. Yeah, but all the experience OU will have next year on the defense. It seems like everyone's coming back. Yep. They just got G-Baby decided to come back too. It's another depth piece more than anything, but he's gotten better every year. He's gotten better every year. And I mean, dude, there's a chance to be ridiculously scary, man. Scary good. And when you have that, and say what you want about I mean, again, Coach, you keep saying it, but I'll bring it back up again. I think there's a parallel there too. The defense has been so far ahead of the offense there at Notre Dame. You finally went out and got the right coordinator, right?
Right.
Oklahoma did the right. I think they got the right coordinator too. They brought in his quarterback with him who led the country in touchdowns. Now I'm not going to sit here and say that, look, he did it in the Mountain West. I said the same shit about the Boise running back, so I'm not going to say that it means the same because it doesn't. You still got to prove it. But the fact that he's coming in, they're not changing the offense on him or anything like that. He knows what he's doing. I think it's going to be a big deal. And I still think that Michael Hawkins is going to push him for it too. There's going to be a lot of competition, and that's only going to make them better. All they got
Iron sharpens iron.
Pretty good on offense. If they're pretty good on offense, they're going to make noise next year.
Yeah, I agree.
They may be better than that.
Hey, Chrissy, there is something you said here that is a great statement. Abdul with one arm on defense last night for Penn State. That sucker is a player too. He, with his arm, shoulder hurt,
man. He is a star.
He was killing us. I mean, he every damn tackle. I mean, he was in on tackles. He was pressures, sacks. I mean, he's a stud. So I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah. I think he's a star too. And then, with Warren, I mean, man, golly, what does that guy have to do? But I think that's the biggest problem for Penn State is that, just like what Big Mike said, they don't have a dynamic receiver that can get separation. They just don't. Not consistently. And you got to, man. You have to. You have to do it.
See you, Ryman Lemon.
Yeah,
have a
big
good
salute,
lunch, brother.
Big salute, Lemon.
Holy haiku.
Oh.
But hey, brother, I got to get out of here. I got to get my brother-in-law to the airport.
Oh,
my man been stuck in Kansas.
Be careful out there.
Oh,
bro.
wow.
Yeah, man.
I'm been stuck in Kansas for over a week, bro.
Woo.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
just trying to get back to Trinidad and Tobago up here in 2 feet of snow.
Dude,
God, I wish we had that 2 feet here. Golly, I'd love to have that here. Hey, Mike, great talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Be safe.
Yeah, be careful on that drive, bro.
Y'all be good, man.
Have a good one, brother.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, look, Big Mike Boganowski, our Monday co-host and always a friend of the show, man. Thanks for coming in, Big Mike. Warren's is still in the draft. I think he's a straight up stud, man. No two ways around it. No two ways around it. Straight up stud. He's he's gonna be that dude. He's definitely gonna be that good. I don't know that I necessarily think he's Brock Bowers, but I do think he's really good.
Yeah.
Is that your grandson in there, Coach?
It was my daughter.
Your daughter.
She brought me some food and a beer.
Early morning beer time. That's what I'm talking about.
Look at here.
Where are you at? Where are you at there? Coach Ricks, what happened to you? Oh yeah, I brought the ultra with you.
Yeah.
Good daughter for you right there.
She knows I'm still celebrating. But I think I'll wait and have that a little later today.
Bullshit. You'll just go. You're about to pour it in your cup.
but it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Bring it on. Who's on the micheladas last night?
Yeah, I love me some micheladas.
All right, let's see. Yeah, I think tonight it could be a good game. I think it could be a good game.
Oh my God. Ryman Lemon.
See, I ain't saying shit till we win.
No.
Nobody's poking out the chest. I don't think anybody's poking out our chest. I think they're going to be good. But again, I don't think they were that far off of it this year as far as everybody thinks. It took all those things to go wrong for Oklahoma to have that season. You know?
Yeah.
It's just tough. It was a tough deal. Your wife's car broke down? That sucks.
Have you read Ryman's up there?
What did you say?
When my fly drops?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it.
Oh, Lemon
Hey,
is
Neilio,
one of a
bull
kind.
nuts, baby. Bull nuts, Neilio.
Bull nuts.
I tell you what, I wished I had some bull nuts to eat. I love calf fries, baby.
Heineken and Guinness. Woo. I
Woo.
like Heineken quite a bit. Guinness is a little I can deal with Guinness, but if I'm going with the darker beers, I like Newcastle a little more.
And I gotta tell you guys, I'm a sissy when it comes to dark beers and all that stuff.
The only thing about Guinness is it gets served at room temperature a lot, man. No cold to it, and I like it cold. So yeah, I'm more.
Now when we were in Ireland, I had several Guinnesses over there.
Sure you did. Sure you did.
Yeah. But hell, if you don't have a Guinness in Ireland, man, don't go over there.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, you were living in the stoops, the mud.
Hey man, and that was a cool trip for you guys. You enjoyed that trip, right? What a deal, right? I hope OU gets that chance to play in that game one of these years. That'd be kind of cool.
It's awesome. It really is.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
It would be kind of cool.
Where the hell's Coach Rick?
More of a stout. I think. I don't know. I don't know if it's the exact same. Man, I'm not. I got to tell you, man. I've drank quite a bit of beer in my life. Most of the time, it's just cold beer. I never got super into like different beers and stuff. But
I got too much cowboy in me.
It's the same as the Guinness. No, it's definitely not as thick as the Guinness, but it is definitely thicker than like your average ale or anything like that, for sure. But I don't know.
Hell,
That's about as dark as I want to go though as Newcastle. And I love Newcastle, but I don't know.
I'm damn sure not a beer connoisseur. I can tell you that. I went from Coors Light to Michelob Ultra, and the only reason I went to the Ultra is because kept getting fatter and fatter drinking all the Coors Light. And I figured out I could drink 3 Ultras to compare to 1 Coors Light.
Yeah.
You got to watch that girlish figure.
Yeah, get him, Coach. Get him, Coach.
Oh.
Damn it.
Y'all are wilding, yo.
Thicker than a snicker. I like Shiner Bock. I'm a fan of Shiner Bock also. It's a good beer. I used to drink Shiner.
Hey, Stevie G, who has the best quarterback? Ohio State, Notre Dame, or Texas? It damn sure ain't Notre Dame as far as if you're talking throwing the ball. Now, everything else, he's pretty damn good.
I like Riley Leonard more than a lot of people do, but I definitely think I think that they could help him a little bit though. I think that Jim could help him a little bit and doing some more of that stuff. And I think that, but I also think they should be running the ball to the outside a little more anyway. So they could be doing that shit either way. So
see all this missing hair?
Yeah.
That's why it's freaking missing, because they won't put the ball on the fucking perimeter.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
God, we could be so. And you know what? That's what Penn State does great, guys. They're off tackle, and that's what they do a great job of. And that's why we struggled early on. Is hell, you run the ball between the tackles and shit, we're fine for most of the time.
Yeah, Coach Rick says he doesn't like beer. He's more of a Scotch guy. Woo.
Coach Rick, get your ass on here, man.
He had to go. His wife's car broke down. He had to go pick her up.
Well, hell, if he can be over there, he can be on here.
He's just shooting messages as he listens, I guess. Probably talking into the thing. But no, listen, I think that overall, and I'm not a big beer drinker anymore. I don't really drink that much anymore. To be honest with you.
I don't either.
I've gotten to where I don't drink that much. So
I drank a ton last night and I had 3 chiladas.
yeah. The last time I drank quite a bit was when we were in Dallas for Big 12 Media Days. We drank a lot that weekend. We were pretty.
I only had 1 or 2.
Whatever. We were drinking a little bit that weekend.
That was a fun time. That was a fun time.
We had fun. Stephen Coleman coming hanging out with us.
Yeah.
But
hey, Coach, when were you at Ryder? What years?
Oh Jesus! What years was I at Ryder? It was. Let me think back here. I'm trying to think backwards here. So let's see. I came here 2001. So I was at Skyline for 7 years. So that would have put that at what, 1990. Actually, I was there twice.
Okay.
But I want to say it was 90, mid-90s.
Yeah. Because I know at that time y'all was still playing Lawton Eisenhower. And that's my alma mater. Yeah.
Oh, is that your? All right.
Yeah.
Lawton Ike, baby.
Yeah.
Lawton Eisenhower. Wow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's why. Hey, last night when you was on, I said, "Yeah, I know about that Wichita. It's close by there, Lawton, Fort Sill.
It is right down the road from Lawton too.
Yeah.
It's like right there, not that far at all.
Yeah.
No.
Across the Wichita River.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure enough.
I'll be darned.
Well, I was. My first tech school was in Wichita Falls, and then before I became an operator. So,
oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I went to it was Shepherd Air Force Base, obviously, and I was there for fuel school, but I only was a fuelie for about 6 months.
Right.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, when the coach was saying Ryder, I said, we played Ryder.
Yeah. I coached there 2 different times, and then I coached at Midwestern also.
Yeah. Those are good times, man. Good times.
I'm telling
you. It's not a bad little town. What's up there, Coach Ricks? You back?
Hey, man, I'm back, man. What's going on, Coach?
Coach Ricks, what's up, my brother?
Hey, man, I took a shot for you last night.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Glad to see you guys win, man. Glad to see that you guys won. Kind of worried the first half, though.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say it was ugly as hell, but the W still counts.
Hey, I don't care if you get an ugly win. An ugly win is better than a pretty loss.
You ain't lying.
That's exactly right. Well, I don't know if y'all noticed, but on that field goal that we kicked to win the ball game, if you get a chance, go back and look at that damn thing. If you can get an end zone shot of it, that sucker, guys, is so far right. It's going right. And that sucker just came right back in. I was like, oh, my God. That must have been touchdown Jesus. Because I'm telling you, it didn't look like it was going to go.
Yeah, no doubt.
Stephen G asking if it's Texas and Notre Dame. Jeff Ketchum. Will we have any Texas creators on to preview the Natty? And this is coming from Bishop, the Rawhide. I've been trying to get Rawhide and like really flawed to come on, and she's pretty good. She gets it. Jeff Ketchum and me would not get along at all. But he ain't got the stones for that. We know better. I could, you know what? I also think that we could definitely get We might be able to get Steven.
Fanatic
Yeah,
perspective.
fanatic perspective, Steven. I
Yeah.
think we could get him. I think
Yeah.
And then I mean, man, Nino's my guy. Nino's my guy. I like
Yeah, Nino.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good peeps. He's good
Yeah.
peeps.
Yeah. Oh, the Colonel's a good dude, man. The Colonel's a good dude. So like him. But Really Flawed, if you guys haven't watched Really Flawed, she's pretty good, man. Her show is fun, man. She holds her own. She ain't scared of shit. And I'll tell you, Rawhide show is raw. Straight up raw. And she does fine. She holds her own on there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
no doubt.
I was busting her chops a little bit on one of their videos from last week. I was busting her chops a little bit. She took it in stride. She was coming back at me pretty well. It was funny.
Yeah.
She didn't get upset or nothing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, she's pretty good. Oh, Nino from New Jack City. Nino, not Nino Brown, but
Not me.
Nino is cool as hell. He's still an Air Force guy, Air Force colonel.
Love it.
Nino's Corners is a great show, though. He does a really good job.
Yeah, he does.
Really good job. I think I'm pretty sure. Didn't he graduate around? I think he graduated with Vince and them. I think same time frame. It feels like. Never heard of Rawhide. They're a trip, dude. They're a trip. Who is he a fan of, though?
He's Auburn.
Auburn
and then,
fan. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even realize that. He didn't really talk about him that much, but I can see why. But
yeah,
he talks a lot of SEC ball, though.
Yeah, he does. And then Real Flawed is Texas and CU.
Yeah.
And then you got Talking Dave, which you know of, and then
Talking Dave. Oh yeah, Talking Ball with Dave,
yeah,
the CU guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
we love Dave. Dave's our boy.
Yeah. And Coach Hayes is the U. The U.
Yeah, Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes has got a big following, man. Big following. Coach Hayes does a good job. He does a good job. I like his show. They all do a good job. I think that's the thing is I gotta say that no matter what, I mean, there's people that follow teams that I fucking hate. But I'll say this: there's some talented people on YouTube, man. Some talented people on YouTube.
Isn't that awesome how this YouTube is created? People that are out there that do such an incredible job that you would have never have known about them.
What?
If it wasn't for
Stephen J. telling the truth?
What?
Beck committed to Miami.
Who is
that true?
Oh, Beck. I don't know. I that was fast because he just announced it. Let me find out.
It was between Miami and Texas A&M.
Miami.
All right.
Okay.
But Stephen G just in the chat said that he just committed.
Nakos just predicted it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nakos is predicting it. It's not.
Yeah, don't let me get trolled.
It's not a lock. It's not a lock yet. Or at least it's not. I mean, Pete Nakos predicted it, though. And if he's predicting it, it sounds like it's pretty damn close. Pretty good. Yeah. I think, yeah. Oh, I didn't know his girlfriend. Oh, that is right. His girlfriend does play in there.
Yep.
I figured it had to have been like either Miami, just the same thing I was saying about yours. I didn't throw Oregon into the mix, but I would have figured it would have been one of those two, Miami or Ohio State.
Yeah.
Had yours for yours, but I thought the same thing about Beck. I figured it'd be one of the two because I think Will Howard could probably come back because of this new rule, giving him an extra year. But I think that they would rather have Beck or yours.
Chrissy, you're correct. Rawhide was CU for the 4-8, and then that went a blur.
No. Oh, one of the Cavender twins is his girlfriend. That's right. Okay. Beck's girlfriend.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Well, that's good. We'll get to see Carson Beck first rattle out of the box next year.
Y'all play Miami next year.
First ball game.
Yep.
And here's for the shitty schedules, guys. We got Miami first ball game. Then we got the Aggies, Texas A&M Aggies. We got the Razorbacks. We got Boise. We got USC. Not a bad little schedule. So for those of you that bitch about we don't play anybody. And guys, do y'all realize? Do you guys realize?
You better be one of the ones that are like playing the hardest schedules. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna talk about the schedules, you better be playing a hard schedule.
And do you realize? Do you realize these schedules are made 5, 6, 7 years in advance?
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize that. Hell, they may be good when you schedule them.
It's 15 years out for Mike Gundy.
Yeah, 15. Yeah, because he didn't want to play OU. We've scheduled out for 15 years. You lied,
people that are negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
Yeah.
Hey, gentlemen,
Well,
I got to break.
Well, you better get to the bank, mediocre Mike, because you can't pay your damn bills.
Coach Ricks is out. Thanks for coming in again, Coach Ricks.
Yeah.
See you, Coach Ricks.
What the hell? Oh.
But yeah, Tryon, Michigan, Auburn, Tennessee, Texas, SC, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Bama and LSU.
And that's
a monster.
All in a row. It's all in a row, too.
That's a damn monster.
Last 7 weeks of the season, man. Brutal.
That is
in Michigan. Well, in Michigan, you get them week 2, and then what? I think it's Auburn is that the first game of the conference schedule?
I'm not looking at it right now, but I believe so.
It's brutal, man.
That is brutal.
My butt hurt.
You know what else is brutal, guys? Is playing 16 ball games to win the Natty. That's brutal.
You got to. That's the whole thing. Is this idea that it gets easier, because I think it just got harder to win it. I do. I don't care how you get there. I think to get through the whole thing, you got to sidestep a shit ton of landmines. A lot. Yeah. Yeah, bring that mullet back up. Man, he's such a chump.
He is. Hey, Sooner in Texas, this is just for you, okay, buddy? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Just for you, buddy. You asked for it. You got it.
I found that offensive, sir. I found that offensive, sir.
Found that offensive, sir.
Maybe you can find it defensive, too.
And call your team trash, because that's what they are, trash.
I love it.
I guess, except for, the schedule last year was pretty light for Oklahoma. The last year in the Big 12, it was light.
Yeah, a year ago. But this year was murderous, and so is next year. No. But again, that's part of our deal, and that's why people bitch, because we're not in a conference, and so we get to go out and choose who we play.
Yeah.
And I get it, but at the end of the day,
to play you though, and that's not always the easiest thing in the world. That's the hardest thing too, is that because you're Notre Dame, you think everybody's going to want to play. Not everybody does because you don't want to get beat.
Well,
There's easier games for a lot of people.
Except NIU, that they were stupid enough to do it for $4 million, and then they come in and beat our ass.
Yeah, that's tough, man. See, but programs like that, though, they ain't got nothing to lose. They're not supposed.
No.
I mean, you know what I mean? They're going to make big money off of it, and it's it's a better deal for them.
Yeah,
And being in the same.
Here's $4 million, guys, to beat our ass. Thank you.
That's hey, man. I gotta say, I mean, kind of like A&M paying up all that money to get their ass kicked the year before. Who was it? To App State got them, and I think they paid them what, $3 million or something like that.
You know what? I would never schedule App State. Them suckers have the tendency to upset people. Yeah.
They'll beat your ass.
Didn't they beat Alabama one year? And
Michigan.
I mean,
they got Michigan that year, and then didn't they beat North Carolina last year though too? Or no, it was a tight game, but it was like really tight. I don't remember. I don't know. But they went into the big house and won there for sure.
Yeah. We see you, Chris. You play Ohio State first game next year. We got you.
Yeah, but you got the training wheel schedule for the SEC, bro. So who cares?
That ain't no lie. That ain't no
Although
lie.
I will say this though, Florida is now looking like a much better piece of that schedule,
and I'm glad to see that.
And listen, I think that DJ Lagway is the truth. He's the truth, and they looked a lot better. Not even just about DJ; they got a good defense too, and they got better as the year went along for sure. But DJ Lagway, if that dude stays healthy, they're a problem. They are a problem.
They are.
Now, I don't think that Mississippi State is. I don't know what I think of Arkansas yet. No. Woo Pig, they hate Taylor Green. They don't like him. I'm a fan of the Woo Pig podcast, man. They have a great show. It's fun to watch them. But
so
another one of those creators that just kill that shit, man. I love those guys.
I agree. I do too. I love them. But Sooner in Texas is saying Auburn lost at home to New Mexico. Do you know who was quarterbacking them when they did that?
Yes, sir.
Same guy that's at Vandy, baby.
Mm-hmm.
How you say his name?
Pavia.
Diego Pavia.
Yeah.
As coach from South Texas, Coach, simmer down, Vato Loco.
Vato Loco, pinche way.
See, Coach Roybal, it's
no quieres hablar con este Vato Loco. Soy muy chingón.
Y'all didn't even know. Y'all didn't even know what y'all got him into.
Hey, let him get it off. Hey, you making this gumbo the best gumbo ever.
Big love.
They didn't have any idea I spoke Spanish, did they?
Not a clue.
Throw him down. I'll throw him down for you. Chuck him down. You can always do that too. Just do two of them.
or remember this one. If I can get it on the screen.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Hey.
There it is.
Fucking guys.
Fork, Texas.
Where'd that come from? That's coming from. Why is it not on there? Did you get rid of that? Somebody else? Let me see.
What's that?
We got some spammers in here. Got a spammer in here. I got him.
Spammer, yeah.
A bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
You made it, Jason.
Waste their damn time.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah.
They
did big time.
Yep.
I don't understand why they would do it, but
nah.
$100 bills was taken. I don't know what they're talking about, but this is weird.
Yeah, tell the Jogi. Cut a chogi.
Run along. Did Coach just flash the shocker? I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Coach, it ain't the first time.
Coach is hey.
Dun dun dun.
Was that a pick sign for UTEP? No. Who? What is the pick sign? I forget how they do that one. UTEP pick sign. I'm not a UTEP guy, so.
Hey, UTEP is so irrelevant. I didn't even know they played football.
You know what? Yeah, it's pretty bad. It tells you something about Malachi Nelson. That's where he just went.
Wow.
Lost the job, couldn't get the job at Boise State. He's at UTEP now. According to On3, Texas Tech has the second best transfer portal class of all time behind 2023 Colorado. But that class CU took had 50 players. This one's only 17.
Big Lubbock, you a good man, but let me tell you something. Them some bitches are going to not only need the second best class, they're going to need the first best class for the next 10 years. Because Texas Tech football absolutely sucks.
It's a basketball school.
Hey, I took my grandson that's 9 years old over there, and he was whipping the players' asses that play for Tech. Yeah. And don't say I'm making that shit up because I have video of it.
He does. I like Joey too, but
I like Joey.
I don't know why he took that job.
Well, I think
it's a tough job. It's a tough job to take, I think. I just think it's a tough job. But to be honest, though, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to compete in the Big 12, though. There's not, Coach.
No, I agree.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, but I got to tell you,
I think there's tougher play. I mean, look, K-State's going to be there. Utah should be good, but Utah, I don't know. I like Coach Witt.
Down their leg.
I feel like Coach Witt may be on the tail end of the career and maybe holding on a little longer than he should. Because what we saw out of them didn't look right to me last year. Coach, they've given up.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, and you know what, Texas Tech, what I've seen from Texas Tech since they lost the Pirate is they kind of only are there to upset people. I mean, they'll play somebody good and they'll pull off an upset, and then they play everybody else and they suck ass.
I mean, losing to Wyoming was bad.
Yeah,
2 years ago now, not this past season, not this season, but last season. It's a bad way to start.
Well, I used to watch, Coach Dykes. I used to love watching football under Coach Dykes, and obviously
Mike was a good coach, man. They were way undermanned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Jason. See, look at Chris E. I told them about the tortillas and batteries. They found out firsthand.
Oh, that's funny.
Bottles. Yeah, see, I hadn't really. Well, yes, I have. I would lie. I tried to say I've never seen the batteries. I have seen the batteries get thrown. I wish they wouldn't do that. The tortillas are funny. When you start throwing hard shit on the field,
but why? My question is, tortillas, Texas Tech. What the hell did tortillas have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, where did that come from?
I guess I don't know. I guess just the population.
I guess they had a game where all the Hispanics got to come to the game and they were throwing their burritos or what? I don't know. I mean, what the hell started that is what I'm saying.
They've been throwing for a while, though. I know that. They've been throwing those things for a while, and I don't know why.
I remember Baker would hurry up and put his helmet back on.
Yeah. No, but I mean, shit. I'd probably feel better about the batteries if they'd actually hit Thune last year when they said they were trying to. When Thune said that one buzzed right by him.
Well, they needed to let the quarterbacks throw. That way they won't hit anybody.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a weird thing though there. But to be honest with you, they made the investment though. They've invested in the stadium. They've made the investment in NIL. I don't know what excuses are left for Joey at this point.
Yeah.
Because I like Joey, but I got to tell you, you got to, and that bullshit that ball boy did with the interception that Sanders had was pretty stupid. He was over there trying to knock the ball out of his hand and take it back from him. Why would you even bother? Why would you even bother? That just made you look bad. It just made you look bad.
No doubt.
No need for it.
All right, big salute, bro.
Yeah. If you're an opposing fan sitting inside of Folsom Field in Boulder, watch your ass. Half those kids don't give two shits about football and only want to F with the opposing fans. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's no surprise.
I couldn't tell you, man. I don't think, according to Chris Mason's sources, he ain't going to stay. He's going to be gone, but he's still here. So I couldn't tell you.
Oh, Ben G. Ben G gives us an answer to the tortilla throwing.
What is it? Google says used to throw tops of 44-ounce soda bottles. They stopped selling them, so they started throwing tortillas. That's what Google says? I wonder how real that one is. Is that from their AI? Weird. Nebraska, Mizzou, A&M, and OU, and TU, I love it that they call Texas TU, have left. And Arkansas before then, the Big 12. The pass should be open for Tech to win the big. It should be, because Okie Light is now the farm team. Like I said, minor league, the minor leagues for OU. You should.
The road.
I'll tell you this though, the
road is not open.
It's not really open though, because you've got better coaches, and they're getting. Say what you want about Colorado. Colorado is recruiting its ass off.
Facts.
They're getting it done.
Texas at this point, guys, has football because they have to. All they want to do is hoop it up. They can't wait till the damn season's over so they can go thumpity thump. I don't.
Coach the basketball lover.
Yeah. I love basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. BYU. I think BYU. See, that's the thing. People underestimated BYU, and they shouldn't. They picked them to finish last year. Them or second to last, maybe. It was either them or Arizona State. Both of them ended up right in the thick of things.
Arizona was picked last this year.
Yeah.
And should have beat Texas.
Well, then it was BYU was second to last, but they were right there. They were right there.
Yeah,
And Kalani Sitake is that dude.
I love
no
him.
doubt.
I'm a fan of Kalani Sitake, but I like Coach Witt also. I think that there's something going on there, though, that he got rid of a lot of staff, and I don't know. It feels weird. I'm not positive that I trust and believe in them that much. As cocky as they were, and they're not happy about being in the Big 12 either. It just doesn't. I'm not sure that I'm feeling them. We're not loving on him. He is.
I'm not. I don't feel the Big 10 or Big 12 in any way. They're freaking horrible.
But all I'm saying is, I think it's not an easy road for Tech still, even with Texas and Oklahoma gone, and all the other teams that have left previous to that. It still ain't getting easier, really, because the truth is that it's not an easy place to get guys to go to. Now you got good guys in the portal. They've been getting good guys in recruiting and in the portal for the last few years. They're still not winning the games that they need to win. And they got kind of drummed by CU. But I'll say this.
What about Abilene Christian?
ATU almost got their ass. They almost got their ass. And I saw some bottles and shit actually being thrown in that one. I definitely saw some tortillas chucked.
Yeah.
Ooh, you can tell Joey wanted to get his ass off that field right there. As soon as they won that, he was beelining for the handshake and out. He was like, it's Matt Campbell going to the Bears. Nah. Oh.
Does Deion go to the Raiders? Nah.
I don't know. He's been saying that he doesn't want to be an NFL coach. I believe him.
Yeah.
But if there was
then
ever
he
a
broke
time that
down
you could
and
see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah. In the last interview, he said the only way he would do it, he has to be able to coach both of his sons to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
And he's just planting seeds. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, I could see that too, though. I mean, I don't see Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell's had opportunities to take much better jobs than the Bears. Although I would say that an NFL job is a hell of a job. Is one of 32 of them. You get paid well. But he hasn't tried to jump at Michigan or any of those other jobs that have come open that you would have thought he would have taken immediately. I don't know. I don't see it. Oh, for whatever reason, he loves Ames. For whatever reason.
All right, you guys, I got to get it.
Yeah, I'm about to get out of here too.
Yeah, me too.
Coach, we appreciate you coming in.
Bishop, great to see you, Bishop.
As well as you, Coach, and congratulations.
You're always a pleasure. Thank you.
I'm really surviving the gauntlet.
Yeah, that making it through that tough schedule and But anyway, thank you for that, Jason. Again, always such a pleasure. And
love you guys, man. It's always good to have you guys on, man. I was hoping I'd get some. Wasn't sure what all we'd talk about today. If it was just me, I'd have probably been done in an hour. But I'm glad to always have you guys come in and talk, particularly on Fridays. It's a good time. Appreciate Mike Bowe coming in and Coach Rick as well. So
and the audience, golly, y'all are friggin' awesome. And I'm the worst one probably on here at firing bullets at you guys. But you know what? I do it in fun, and I think that's a lot of my coaching that comes out in me. If you knew how Jason and I fire bullets at each other, you'd understand. It doesn't have anything to do personally. It's just having some fun and kicking it a little bit and shit. Let's just have a lot of fun and talk shit about each other's teams. And
the best part about this channel, man. We just do that.
It's just fun, and I'm just glad all y'all wish y'all were playing in the championship next week. But anyway,
Benji, we will be back on tonight for a reaction show. Even if it's a short one, I'll come back on tonight later. But yeah, man, I'm excited about it. Look forward to it, guys. I appreciate everybody coming. Of course, throw them down. We're throwing them down. And look, it's hard for me to root for Ohio State. I'll just let you know. Not an Ohio State fan either, but I'd probably have to pick Al-Qaeda if they were playing Texas. So it is what it is. But not. I'm just kidding.
Benji. Okay, you two guys, close your ears, okay?
Yeah.
Close your ears. Benji, I'm with you tonight, brother.
The brand has finally returned. Your brand.
Only for tonight, Benji. Only for tonight.
And then throw Coach in at the last of it, Jason.
Yeah. Fucking Coach. All right. Yeah. And Neilio's saying that there's some, I guess they're feeling like it may happen with Matt Campbell. Huh.
Oh, wow.
Maybe there is some. Wow. I guess I understand what you're talking about. But the thing is that he just made another run and Ames, that's got to be like who the hell else wins at Iowa State? Because I don't ever remember. I forgot that they were always in the Big 8, to be honest with you, because they just suck so bad.
So
Wow.
Always. Oh, like way worse than Mizzou and shit even.
See you guys. I'm a gone pecan.
All right, man. See y'all later. Have a good
Okay, later. Y'all
All
too. Bye-bye.
one. Yep. Neilio, appreciate you coming in.
yeah,
Benji, Big Lubbock, thanks a lot for coming in. All you guys, man, I appreciate everybody for showing up for the streams, man. And whether you're new or old, but 99% of the time it's the agent putting rumors out there. That's a good call because they get raises. But the thing about Matt seems like he loves it there, though. He just loves it in Ames. I mean, would he enjoy it? I don't know. How could you love being the Bears coach? They're just putrid, man. And they don't seem to get you what you need. I don't see it. But we'll see. I'm going to get out of here, too. Got to go eat. You guys enjoy. I got to get to work, too. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I would tell you good luck tonight, Benji, but I'm not hoping for it. But, hey, man, enjoy the game anyway. And we'll see you back in here tonight for a reaction show to it. You guys have a good one. Later.